You're back.
There we go.
Now we have audio. There we go.
Now y'all ought to be able to hear us. Even though I'm still echoing badly for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe if I turn you down a little. No, I'm still hearing myself pretty good on that. Although you are pretty loud.
With my
a lot of that ASMR. I swear your mic is just more sensitive.
Maybe.
Check. I'm hitting the same levels. So.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobo, how's it going?
What's up?
Okay. I'm still hearing me over yours for some reason.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a slight. I do too. Very slight.
Yours is a lot more slight because you're not coming over my microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Check. Okay, yeah. Check. Turn your mic off.
Let's see. Where am I? Where's that?
You may have to rotate it around.
Yes. You know, it's hard to do with one hand.
That already fixed a lot of it right there. I don't know what we did. 2, 3, 4. All right. No, I'm still distant. That's weird. Because when you snapped like that, it's like it cut your audio out.
Weird. Can you hear me fine? Can you hear me?
Well, I think when you do that, you're actually maxing out over here. Well, there might be part of the problem. You're set to 9 for some reason.
Oh.
Okay, keep talking.
Talk. I can't even hear myself.
I'm working on that. Just keep talking.
Talk. Meow. Woof. Meow. Woof. Woof. Meow.
Okay, we're both set to 5 now.
Meow.
Can you hear yourself on that?
Yes, I can hear myself now.
Okay. I think I got it fixed.
Aye.
Just got to remember to talk into the mic again. Yes, Artsy, that's what it was.
Gotcha.
For some reason, his microphone got turned up to 9.
It happens.
And it was trying to compensate. Just double check Deedlet here. Anyway, I interrupted your story.
No, you're good. So I got off work a little bit late. I got off at 7. Got to the house about 7:25. Got out of the car. Now, granted, we live in apartments.
Yeah.
So behind the apartments are dumpsters.
Yes.
And they're notoriously known for the dwelling places of raccoons. So I get out of my car, and sure enough, there's a raccoon sitting in the doorway of said dumpster.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he or she's looking around and looks right at me. Be like, okay. It's as long as you don't decide to be like, I'm food or I have food that you need, we're good.
So the other night, I'm taking the trash out to my dumpster over here.
Mm-hmm.
And someone had left the overhead lid open, which you're not technically supposed to do, but who plays by rules around here?
Very true.
So I'm a good, 3-4 feet away from the dumpster.
Mm-hmm.
And I do that thing where I've got it tied up and I'm kind of just swinging it back and forth, and I swing it so that it'll go up, and I let go so it would so the trash bag flies through the air, and just at that point a raccoon stuck its head up and it went right on, and the trash can hit him right upside the head, and then he gave me such
a raccoon angry look.
No, he was cussing me out. That raccoon was cussing me out in whatever language he speaks or she speaks. Like, she was angry. It's like, dude, I'm sorry. You should have known not to stick your head up when you hear a human.
I had a very similar experience a couple years ago when I lived in a different apartment.
I was
So,
not being quiet. I was not being quiet.
so I'm coming out of the trash can late at night, and I've got 2 bags of trash. And I see a little raccoon hops down from the dumpster and starts walking towards me. It's okay. Chunk the first bag. It hits, it goes inside the bag, and then the raccoon decides to be like, "Oh, I've got this other bag," and starts just prancing toward me. Okay, fine. Chunk the bag. Be like lands right in front of this little raccoon, and I just walk off.
Yeah.
Be like, you know what? I don't care because I don't feel like being attacked by a raccoon.
It was going to be his anyway, so.
Exactly. But yeah, that's my raccoon. No, correction. I have one more raccoon story. So the first time we ever camped out, again, I was a teenager. My parents' place, they had 9 acres of land. And it was me, my brothers, and my cousin Brian, who's been on the show before for, what was that?
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. Thank you. If you listen to that episode, go find that in the archives. So we're camping out there, and I think it was probably like 12 in the morning, a little after 12, and we wake up and there's little shadows. It's like, oh no, something outside. So we pop it open, and there's like a little gang of raccoons looking at our stuff. It's like, oh shoot, they buzz her off. But yeah, it's probably the only interesting raccoon story I have.
So I've got one other story from a camping trip. So out at Tyler State Park, which is like what, 45 minutes from here?
Yeah, 40-ish,
45 to 40 minutes to an hour. They are so eat up with raccoons out there that it's basically the park's mascot. You can buy t-shirts with little raccoons wearing state park ranger hats.
Ranger gear.
Right. That's how much they are known that they are there.
Prevalent, yeah.
So we're out there visiting. I think my cousin, while his family was out camping out there one night, because I used to live in Lindo, which was only 10 minutes from the park, so I went out there all the time. And we're out there. It's late. There's a campfire going, and of course there's a ton of lights on because why do you want to go use firelight?
Right,
is what it is though. And this raccoon kind of just walks up to the edge of the fire, out of where he definitely in a safe running distance. No one would be able to get this thing, right? He's just out there kind of looking, acting like, oh, maybe I can get this, maybe I can get that, because we were doing s'mores and stuff like that, and everyone was paying attention to this raccoon. Well, except for me. And it's not that I didn't see the raccoon. I was just far enough away that I could see him, but then I was actually facing like one of the other campers. And I saw, while this other raccoon is distracting everyone else, I see this head and 2 little hands reach up, grab a 12-pack of Brookshire's cupcakes, and disappear with them underneath the camper. And just as soon as he left, the other one left too. You can't tell me they aren't intelligent creatures. They were working together.
They were.
And they got a 12-pack of Brookshire's brand cupcakes.
They were feasting well tonight. That night.
Oh, yeah. I did laugh my full head off at the time.
I'm not surprised.
And of course I'm sitting there, laughing hard enough that I'm having a hard time being able to breathe. And they're going, Drew, well, what's so funny? Well, while y'all were watching the other guy, another one just stole all your cupcakes that you left out on top of a cooler far enough away no one could have got to them in time if you wanted them. Y'all know better.
It's a park with wildlife in it. Well, at least thankfully we don't have bears.
You say we don't have bears. They're just rare in this area. Technically, bears can walk around down here. We just never hear
That's right.
anything about it because it's very rare that one will actually be down here.
Mm-hmm.
You're more likely to get bit by a gator.
Or a mountain lion or puma.
I think technically they are mountain lions, but aren't they? But they're not spotted. They're more of a black kind of a leopard, I think.
No,
Not a Black Panther, but either way,
it's spots.
well, I mean, they all have spots, but I'm
Yeah.
saying this is a dark enough coat that you can't hardly see the spots.
Right.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, because technically puma, mountain lions, be like
Bobcats and one other one are all the same cat.
no, because like the puma and the mountain lion, puma and the hold on, the Black Panther are literally the same cat. That's what I understand.
Okay, checking the Google out. Not that I'm not agreeing with you, because I do agree with you. It's just believe it's, let's see.
You want to verify?
Yeah, verify. Cougar, also known as puma, mountain lion, and panther, among other names.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of cats that are the same cat,
Mm-hmm.
just running really fast. No, I'm kidding.
It was like cougar and.
By the way, if you just Google puma, it doesn't get you anything about the cats.
Shoes.
It goes to the shoes.
Mm-hmm. I remember in 3rd grade having a pair of pumas.
I don't think I ever had a pair of
Kid
pumas.
ever. I had a pair of pumas.
I remember being so excited when I finally got a Bugle Boy t-shirt. And then I wore it to school and everyone made fun of me. Because that's just how things go.
Mm-hmm. Nom nom nom.
I mean, we are recording, by the way.
No, I'm aware. Yeah, so our lovely patrons who listen, what is it, our $10 tier?
$5 tier.
$5 tier. Can hear me munch for 20 minutes.
They were saying you were being a little quiet because you may need to bring the mic closer.
Ah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, good deal.
Cellcast ASMR. Well, if that's what you're actually looking for, then I can talk this close to the microphone and just kind of talk nice under my breath. And we'll talk about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
True crime version.
Wait, that's Star Wars.
That's Star Wars. You dork.
And what's new? Pussycat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, the bit is done.
And probably some people are like, what in the world are you talking about? Tom Jones, anybody?
Listen to old music. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. Oh my gosh.
Any who's it?
Yeah, any who's it? Let me get on the socials real fast. And I completely forgot to charge my phone. Oh well.
It's a fairly new iPhone.
Yeah, it's fairly new. It's about a year.
May I see it?
Sure.
Nope, I can't connect to yours.
Right. No, it did.
It did, but I mean, I can't get the magnet to adhere because of your case.
Okay.
So never mind.
Well, I do appreciate it. Let's see. Get on the socials. The heck?
I do know a way I can help you with that, though. Back up. Stand up. Unfortunately, the cord is not very long.
That's fine.
So whenever you're ready, it's behind you.
Right. Again, it's not terrible.
Right.
It's a 60%.
I had to recharge mine yesterday, even though I had it charged for Friday because I used it all day Saturday while I was playing Zelda Breath of the Wild,
Right.
and I used that. I'm playing it on my Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
I was using that Zelda Notes feature so I have pretty much GPS for in game, but
Okay.
through the iPad. It's weird, but it's cool.
Mm.
And so I used up all my battery in a day.
Oh, okay. How's your battery on your phone right now?
I am at 93%.
Oh, okay. Well, ever since be like it can charge, be like, if I can borrow your battery.
If you'd prefer it that way.
Yes.
The magnet's got to be facing up.
Ah,
I think you're backwards.
we shall see. Will it charge? No. It won't.
Try turn the battery 180 degrees. That almost sounded like it connected. Hang
Nope.
on.
Oh well.
I'm hard-headed.
Aren't we all? Bingo. There we go. Got it.
I knew you'd figure it out.
Yeah. I'm smarter than the average dog.
Yay! Yes, you do see that, Artsy.
Oh, new piranha plant. That's right. You did get one. Yeah, it skipped my mind. It skipped my mind.
I didn't
that
tell you I was getting it.
No, but I remember you posting it.
Oh, on Artsy Steph's thing. So yeah, if you hit this button right here, coins
Oh.
come out.
Coins come out. So me and Ashley were in Tyler. What was that? Saturday. We were in Tyler Saturday, and we had gone to the Walmart out towards White House, the one closest to White House, and he's
Yeah.
taking it apart.
Well, I mean, it's the coin slipped, and I just pulled
Okay.
it out so I could reset him.
So
And he's leaning forward for some reason. There we go.
So I go looking because I like to go like toy section, look at the cool things that's going on, and so I'm walking and like recording everything, and I go to the Lego section, and they have a Back to the Future DeLorean.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you see the price?
No,
Let's just say, it is no matter how cool that thing is, I ain't paying that price for a Lego set at this day and age.
how much was it?
$150.
Okay, not
I mean, because you are getting a light up brick for
Yeah.
the flux capacitor, which is
Mhm.
cool. And it is like a fairly nice big one. So I mean, you are using up a lot of parts in order to build it.
Mhm.
At the same time, I suspect more of the money is heading towards
License,
licensing than actual product.
possibly, but there's been bigger and like more like iconic things.
Oh
they've
yes,
done.
I
Just, like,
agree. There's a $300 Star Wars Millennium Falcon.
Yes,
I'm aware this exists.
yes,
At the same time, I'm also aware I'm not paying the money for it.
that is fair.
And before anyone asks, my Lego Voltron there, yeah, technically its sticker price was $150, but I didn't pay that price for it. I paid $75.
Which is still a freaking
Still steal. It's a steal for what it is. But I was like, I'm not paying much more than that for a Lego set if I can help it, unless it's something really, really special.
Yeah. Now, if it was say a
Now there is
USS Enterprise,
well,
you
there
get-
is still rumors that
Yes.
that they may get the Star Trek license.
yes, I saw that.
But I think the one that's got me a little more distracted is the fact that we do know there's a Lego Godzilla coming.
Oh gosh, no.
There is.
Because I have a theory that I guarantee you, as Drew Dodgen, will buy one.
It's tempting.
Yeah, and then our friend Nate Marchand.
Oh, he
will-
definitely will
he
get
will
it.
buy one. And it's like, yeah, it'd be like, we're gonna have fun with this. We're gonna record it. It's like, yep, that sounds about right.
So I would have Lego Godzilla, Lego Seymour,
Lego Seymour.
and Lego Voltron.
There you go.
All of the kaiju.
Now all they have to do is like a Lego Garfield. I think they've done it.
They probably have, because I mean it's Nickelodeon owns Garfield now, and
That is true.
Lego pretty much has the license to almost everything Nickelodeon.
Minus Turtles.
They have a Turtles license also.
I thought they didn't have a Turtles license.
They do have a Turtles license.
Oh, okay.
Heck, Leo is in the Lego movie.
That is
Or
true.
Lego Leo.
Bill, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just going to look up.
Now, there may not have been a set that has come out in the recently, but I don't think it went to Mega Bloks.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. They did one. Hold on. The more recent ones that recently come out. United Block Company has the Lego did one for the movie back in 2016, but right now it looks like, now I don't think it is Lego, but I think it's some other company that does kind of a Lego style. Snap and Switch, they do that.
May not be like under the same deal,
possibly.
Oh, okay. Ninja Turtle Mega Bloks. It comes up on Walmart.com with a quick Google search.
Yeah, because I think Mega Bloks is part of Lego. I think.
No, they're two different companies.
Oh, okay.
Two entirely different companies.
So what's the kids, the little kids Lego version?
Duplo.
That's it.
Don't you remember from when we watched the Lego movie a couple weeks ago? We are from the planet Duplo. We are here to destroy you.
Oh gosh, yeah, I remember that.
Lost where the thing was. Okay.
It happens.
Shall we get started?
Let me finish munching this. And we shall proceed to...
As we continue on the Cellcast ASMR stream.
What does that stand for? And he Googles it.
It's like, well, you asked me. It's like, well, I looked it up once, and I don't remember what it means. Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Oh.
A tingling sensation that usually begins on the scalp and moves down the back of your neck and upper spine. A pleasant form of paresthesia. Basically, when you're listening to something...
A Peter tingle.
Yes, a Peter tingle.
It's a Peter tingle.
Wrong movie, but...
I know.
Basically, if you've ever been somewhere and you felt the hair on the back of your neck stand up...
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Okay.
Just specifically that it comes from hearing very quiet voices and other sound effects. At least that's how people talk on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
When they're doing this sort of stuff, it helps some people fall asleep, which I don't understand because this would bug the crap out of me.
Yeah, agreed. Like, heck, I'd be like, I think right now, my wife and I are trying to not completely eliminate cell phone usage at the house.
That's wise.
Yeah, but like at
especially
night,
around each other. But anyway.
Yeah, but she is trying to eliminate it at night where she sleeps better. And that makes sense. This woman previously would go to bed listening to true crime. Just saying.
You can find other ways to get the auditory
I'm aware.
Stimulation as you go to sleep without using a cell phone.
I know. I'm aware.
It's just, can you both stand listening to... I know you both can listen to true crime. Can you both fall asleep to true crime?
No.
Is the question.
No,
You're probably like me and get way too focused.
Yeah, agreed. It's like, ooh, what's going on? Like, how can... I be like, I don't know how she does it. I may have to ask her one day. It's like, hey, Ashley, how do you fall asleep to sound? How do you how do you go to sleep listening to someone talk?
I used to listen to
soothing hearing,
I used to listen
Ted
to the
Bundy murder somebody.
Okay, subject matter notwithstanding. I did used to listen to the radio when I went to sleep, but
Fair.
this was when I had that clock radio everyone and their dog had when they were in the 90s.
Fair.
You know which one I'm talking about, the one that was on the ark with Moses.
Yeah, I
You know the one.
Oh yeah, I know exactly the one.
Yeah, everybody had it. And I would listen to 92.1 KDOK, the oldies station here in this area as I went to sleep. And you know how often that actually worked?
Not often.
Not often. I literally would hear it go. You turn it on, you'd put it on the snooze thing, and it would play for an hour.
Yeah.
And then I'd hear it cut off after an hour, and I'm still awake
Yeah.
because I got too distracted listening to the music. And I had to find other things to fall asleep to.
Yes.
This is one of the dangers of being somebody who can, left to his own devices, can stay awake until 5 o'clock in the morning and not really feel it. Yet, if you wake me up after 15 hours of sleep, I still will not have energy.
Oh, okay. So here's the story. I don't tell that often. So I think it was the first or second time I went to Germany for a mission trip. This was like 2015. So, of course, back then, I got stuck working with the youth.
Mhm.
So what would happen is they wanted to stay up all night and hang out with the other youth from
Like you do.
and it's like, okay, so I'm the chaperone. Everyone's like, hey Jacob, be like, do this. Okay, fine. So I literally have to stay up all night with these guys and play card games, a whole enchilada. At one point, I just isolate myself. I'm just drawing Mumra from not Ninja Turtles.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm that tired. No, Thundercats. Oh, but yeah. So I'm drawing that, and like usual, I'm sitting there drawing. And by the time I'm nearly done with this thing, the entire group of teenagers, German and American alike, are all looking and be like, "That's really cool." And now looking back on that drawing, be like, "It's decent. It's not terrible."
Yes, but when people see you doing something that most people don't have the ability to do, and if I were a betting man, like most creative people, you probably hold yourself to a far higher standard than is probably fair.
That is true. It is true.
But that's how you get better, is holding yourself to those high standards.
Exactly.
You never really reached them, but
no, obviously you
improve.
can't. No, obviously you can't. But you can darn well try sometimes.
Arthur says cat purrs can make you fall asleep, I bet. Well, yes, because cat purring is healing to the mortal soul.
Until the cat decides to bite you on the neck.
Then it's not usually purring at that point.
No, hold on. Be like, I have one story because my younger brother.
I mean, it can be.
I have been told. I was told this prior to this. So my brother and his wife had a cat named Skylar, or Sylar. Is it Sylar? I'm sorry. From Heroes.
Yeah, named after the character from Heroes.
Yes. So I was told that Sylar, to wake my brother up, would wake up and he's purring. He's purring his head off, but then he would headbutt him. Once, twice, 3 times to get up.
Headbutts are how cats show they love you.
Yeah. So be like
that and doing that slow blink.
Yeah. So be like, I'm staying the night over there, and it's early in the morning, and I hear this purr, and and it's like, go away, Sylar, whatever. And so I hear him purring, and then he gets on my chest, and it's like, oh, okay, this is kind of comfortable. He's kneading my chest, and then I hear whack. And it's like, ow, you stupid cat.
That's because you didn't, when he started kneading, you didn't lift your hand up and start scratching behind his ears.
I did.
But you didn't do it fast enough.
Apparently. He's just whack. It's like, ow. Okay, Dan was right. Either or. So yes, I can.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, cats be like, they are cats. Like dogs are more like, okay, boss. And then cats are more like, it's like, hey, do what I say, human.
Dogs have owners.
Yes.
Cats have staff.
That is true.
And I say this as an ex-staff of a cat, because man hath known no love like the tolerance of a cat.
All right. So do you want to get this thing started?
Let's get this started.
Yeah.
The Cellcast is recorded in front of a live streaming audience.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cellcast. Joining me today is a man who just got clawed up by Spider Cat. Welcome, Jacob.
Oh my gosh, be like there's fur everywhere. Sheesh. Yeah, man. I'm
Fur
gonna-
and webbing don't mix.
Yeah, no. Good night. It so hurts. Ow, stupid fur ball. Stupid webbing.
You know there's not an actual cat in here, right?
I'm aware. I'm playing into it, you knucklehead.
Oh, sure, that's what he's doing. Okay.
Anyways, why thank you. Let me introduce our co-host, a man who, if there's a doppelganger of another universe of evil Drew, we are in serious trouble. Welcome, Drew.
Well, if he's got like the goatee, it's gonna look horrible because I know how my beard looks. There's a reason I keep mine shaved because it doesn't look good at all. So I mean, you'll be able to spot him a mile away. Yeah, tonight, folks, we are going to be reviewing Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the second in a trilogy of films in which the third film is acting like it's going to come out on the 10-year anniversary of the first one. I may have an opinion, folks.
Maybe.
So yeah, why don't we go ahead and jump into our spoiler-free thoughts. Sorry,
Yes.
my spoiler-free thoughts on this movie.
Certified fresh and spoiler free.
This was my third viewing of this film.
Hmm.
Saw it once in theaters.
Ah.
Saw it once when I bought the Blu-ray, and then I watched it for this.
Hmm.
So at the same time, this is only my second viewing of this version of the film.
Second version of this film? Please explain what you mean.
Here's a short bit of trivia that I don't think made it into my actual trivia. There are 3 versions of this film.
Ah.
They originally released one version of the film to some theaters.
Hmm.
Then they released another version of the film to some other theaters. No explanation as to why they did either one. And it was like minor changes here and there. And then this one is a third. The one on home video and the one that most people will see is a third version of the film.
Hmm.
Now, none of these changes are like big earth-shattering things. It's more like they use this audio take instead of this one. They actually put the editor's notes on screen in this version, because I think the first version, which was the one I originally saw, didn't have any of those little editor notes pop up that you see throughout the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the Earth titles and all that stuff, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So this is actually only the second time I've seen this version of the film, because the first one I saw in theaters back in the day.
Yeah.
And I remember going into this course.
Hold on. You said back in the day,
back in the day.
2023.
That was
2 years ago.
That was back in the day.
Back in the days, the 90s, bro.
Back in the day can refer to any time past the current year.
Okay, whatever.
At least the way
Continue.
I use it.
Continue.
But then I am not good with the modern slang. I don't know why I said it in that accent either.
I don't know either. Continue.
But back in the day,
So from the 1990s.
time travel.
Yeah.
So
Come on, bruh. Come on, let's go. Keep slipping.
Time keeps on slipping into the future. This is not about time travel. This is entirely dimensional travel in this movie.
Yes.
But yeah, this is the second time I've watched this. But I remember the first time I watched this, I was kind of I knew that this had okay. Back up. When they announced this movie originally,
Yes.
they told us it was going to be a 2-parter movie.
Yes.
This was going to be Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 and then Across the Spider-Verse Part 2. That was what was in the initial teaser trailer. And then 6 months after that, they announced the second one was going to be called Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
The third one was going to be called Beyond the Spider-Verse and would come out the following year. And then because of things such as COVID and writers and actor strikes and all that other kind of garbage, it got delayed to 2023 instead of coming out in 2021 when it was originally supposed to. And then Beyond the Spider-Verse has been pushed back, what, 3 times now? Because now it's coming out in June of 2027.
When it's supposed to come out like
last year.
It's last year.
And so I knew this was going to be a 2-part story. There was no way it wasn't going to be a 2-part story, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go in, I'm not surprised that it's moving a touch like slower. Like they're spending more times on certain scenes instead of just like, jumping through.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember getting there and just enjoying the film based on what they were showing.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Is this movie for kids? Yes, we'll get that out of the way. Kids can watch this and enjoy it because they'll enjoy seeing a bunch of Spider-Men fighting each other, because who wouldn't? But if you are a film nerd, like me and Jacob technically are, there's a lot to love about this film in terms of pacing, in terms of color, in terms of art style. There's some things that maybe I'm not as big a fan of, admittedly, but there's a lot to sink your teeth into this film. And the fact that you get to, and I will go ahead and spoil this part for everybody. It ends on a to be continued.
Mm-hmm.
And that last, well, not the last scene, but the last scene with Miles Morales in it.
Yes.
I'll say it that way. Left me going, holy crap. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And also it was one of those things where I watched it the first time and I happened to catch what it said on screen about what universe he was going to. And I started giggling like I do.
Of course.
My mom didn't catch it because I was watching it with mom, because we all watch movies all the time together.
Yes.
I said, just wait, Baba. You'll catch it. You'll catch it in just a minute. So you get this. That's spoiler-filled thoughts.
Yes.
Should you watch this film? Yes, but make sure that you watch Into the Spider-Verse first.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, if you're watching Into the Spider-Verse first, before that, you should watch the Spider-Ham short, because it's worth it. But anyway.
Yes.
What are your spoiler-free thoughts on this film?
So my spoiler-free thoughts for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I didn't see it in theaters.
Even though I told him to go.
He did. Be like, I
even told him then, yes, go to the theater. But remember, like at the first one, you're going to have that short bit of epilepsy problem.
Yes. But just for some reason or another, I just couldn't find the time or anything.
Right, it happens.
It happens. So this is 2023. And it finally comes to physical media. And so I pick it up. And I don't watch it until the other day. Well, correction.
That happens.
Correction. I did start watching it last year. So I started watching it, and then for some reason I lost interest in it, and then I put it away.
Gee, last year. What could have happened last year that would have kept you distracted?
Yeah, getting married.
Probably.
You
probably had it on while you were doing art, probably for the podcast, I'm guessing. And it was probably in those 6 months before you got married, so your brain was partially on that. Your brain was partially on the art, and you got tired, went to bed, and just turned it off wherever it was, and just never turned it back on.
Probably. So I finally sat down and watched this. Now I know, not everybody thinks this, but I know at least 1 or 2 people who think this. And it's like, well, you didn't watch this movie because X, Y, Z. It'd be a very implying things that are not there. If you catch my drift.
Right.
So, and to that example, no, you are wrong. So I finally watched it, and I was actually impressed with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was good. Again, it's a different style of pacing. It's like you said, like it's focusing on character development and all this good stuff. And there are parts of this film I really enjoyed, and there's other parts I'm like, okay, this is characters making decisions and knowing how Spider-Man works. And now I'd be like, I watched it and it's like, oh my gosh, this is a to be continued film, and we are waiting with bated breath or absolute terror to 2027. And I am either okay, I'm curious where they're going, or oh my gosh, are they going to break this movie to give it a happy ending?
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
I have theories because you can't watch a film like this
Mm-hmm.
that where there is like there's more story coming
Yes.
that's been slightly planned out,
Yes.
and you can't be making theories based on what you saw,
Yes.
especially when you're a person like me who's like the minute I was catching up with following the lore, I go, ooh, that could be it. This could be this. This could be that.
Yeah.
This person may not be what we think they are.
Yes.
But anyway.
Anyways, so I enjoy this movie. Yes. If you have not watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse,
That's the name of the first one, yes.
yeah, the name of the first one. Just want to be,
Yeah.
clarification because I didn't want to say the wrong number.
Spider-Verse 1.
Yeah, Spider-Verse 1, whichever. Into the Spider-Verse.
Whatever helps.
Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse. Be like, if you have not watched that, stop what you're doing, go watch it. If you watch this film, stop what you're doing and go watch it.
Mhm.
Which I think this is available on Disney Plus.
This is available on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Because Disney Plus has not the first run streaming rights, but the second run streaming
Yeah,
rights.
streaming rights. The second one.
Netflix has the first run,
Mm-hmm.
but it has made it to Disney Plus. So
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you want to go watch this right now, please stop what you're doing, turn off this stream or podcast, and go watch the movie and form your own opinion for yourself.
always do that.
Yeah. So overall, be like, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think there a lot of decisions that are made in this film could either hinder the next story or break and shatter our hearts and make us like, wow, okay, that was a really good movie.
We shall see.
We shall see. But yeah, that's my spoiler-free thoughts for Spider-Man into or across the Spider-Verse.
Well, in that case, let's go ahead and jump into our spoiler-filled thoughts on this film. The following is a spoiler-filled review for the film Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Listener discretion is advised. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was directed by, and I'm going to butcher this name, Joaquim dos Santos, who directed many episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender and Avatar: Legend of Korra. Kent Powers, who directed Soul, and Justin K. Thompson, who was the production designer for both Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1 and 2. It was written by Phil Lord, Christopher Miller, and Dave Callahan. Getting into the cast, we've got Shameik Moore playing Miles Morales, aka Ultimate Spider-Man from Earth 1610. And in the movie Dope, he played Malcolm. Haley Steinfeld, who plays Gwen Stacy, aka Spider-Gwen, aka the Spider-Woman of Earth 65. She plays Maddie Ross in True Grit 2010.
Got it.
Brian Tyree Henry plays Jeff Morales. They changed his name in here for obvious reasons.
Yes.
Still makes you wonder why they went with Jefferson Davis the first time in the comic books.
Yes.
But he was Megatron in Transformers 1.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That's why I recognize him.
Luna Lauren Velez played Rio Morales, and she was Brianna Diaz in Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Jake Johnson plays Peter B. Parker, aka Spider-Man of Earth 616B. It's the only one that actually has a letter in it when you're looking at these names that are official Earths, because it's supposed to be parallel to the main comic book universe. Anyway, he was Lowry in Jurassic World.
Okay.
Oscar Isaac played Miguel O'Hara, aka Spider-Man 2099 of Earth 928. He was Poe Dameron in the Star Wars films. Jason Schwartzman played Spot, and he was Gideon Graves in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Isaiah Ray played Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman of Earth 332, and she was Angela Young in Young Love. Daniel Kaluuya played Hobie Brown, aka Spider Punk of Earth 138, and he was Wakabi in Black Panther.
Hmm.
Mahershala Ali played Uncle Aaron Davis of Earth 42, and along with playing Aaron Davis / the Prowler of Earth 1610 and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, he was also Vector in Alita Battle Angel,
Oh,
the main villain of that
Got
film.
it.
And Jarrell Jerome played Miles G. Morales, aka the Prowler of Earth 42.
I was unaware it was actually two different voice actors.
It's two different voice actors. I did not know this until I was looking at IMDb, but then
Wow.
unfortunately, Jarrell Jerome does not have a lot of lines.
No, he doesn't. It's one of
Uh,
those big, nice reveals at the end, and like, whoa,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
he played Jerome Robinson in Mr. Mercedes. And last, but most certainly not least, J.K. Simmons.
Yes.
Plays every single Earth version of J. Jonah
Jonah
Jameson in this film.
Parker, get in here.
And he was Commissioner Gordon in the Justice League film.
Yes.
Both the theatrical and Zack Snyder versions.
Oh my gosh. But yeah.
Kingdom Hearts connections. How many think we got?
4.
Let us see. Because I don't actually remember. This is why I do the highlight. I do this.
I'm aware.
3.
Okay, I was close.
3. Oh, Artsy Steph got it right, just as I said it.
Right on, Arcee.
We got Josh Keaton, who plays Spectacular Spider-Man of Earth 26496.
Okay.
Reprising his role from the Spider-Man television series cartoon. I don't remember which cartoon. One of the cartoons. Spectacular Spider-Man. I just don't remember which station that was on. And he is young Hercules in Kingdom Hearts. Michelle Ruff, who plays Mayday Parker, you know, Peter B's girl, little girl. She's additional voices in Kingdom Hearts. And lastly, Yuri Lowenthal plays the Insomniac video game version of Spider-Man of Earth 1048, aka the PS4, PS5 version of Spider-Man. And he was Alucard and Marth in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh, okay.
And that's all I've got for Kingdom Hearts connections.
Oh, okay.
Before you go into info and stuff,
Ah.
though, we got rated by Geek Devotions.
Nice.
Hi, guys. We
Hello.
are reviewing Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse this evening. Fair warning, we are in spoiler territory.
So if you've not seen the film,
Shut us off
I'll-
now. We appreciate you being here and coming over to Geek Devotions. Don't spoil yourselves.
Yeah, if you have not seen the film,
Otherwise, hang out. We're about to get into info and stuff, so Jacob can tell us some production particulars.
Mhm.
Almost is a cooler name than info and stuff, but I'm afraid we'd get tongue-tied
Yes.
with production particulars.
Production particulars.
Yes.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah, that is a tongue tire right there. All
So-
right, so
good.
so in now let's say production
Info and stuff.
Info and stuff. IMDb has a 8.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes has a 95 across the board.
Mm.
That is I've never seen that in a movie. Never.
You don't normally see it, but this was a very well loved film.
Yes, agreed.
Bear in mind, this is not just an artistic, like arty film. This is Spider-Man. This
Mhm.
is the kind of stuff the critics hate because it's a superhero,
Yes.
which is ridiculous, but
Yes.
beside the point.
All right, so available to watch for streaming on Disney Plus, and I think it's still on Netflix.
It might still be on Netflix,
I think
but I
it's
know
still on
for
there.
certain it's on Disney
It's on
Plus.
Disney Plus. If you're wanting to rent the film, it is available on Apple TV and Amazon Video for $3.99. Now, if you want to purchase your own copy of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, it is available on Amazon Prime for at least the best version I could find was $29. And that is for Ultra HD Blu-ray combo pack and digital.
Yeah, that's not the version I have.
No. All right. So production was Columbia Studios, Marvel Entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
Sony Pictures Animation,
Mm-hmm.
Pascal Pictures,
Mm-hmm.
Lord Miller Productions,
Mm-hmm.
and Area Productions.
Mhm.
Which again, he's still doing this.
What do you mean he's still doing
Airy.
this? Oh yeah, But I think this is like one Avi Arad. Sorry,
Yeah, Avi
it took
Arad.
me, it threw me there for a second.
Yeah, Avi Arad.
I think though this is about the only thing he does anymore is the
Yeah.
Spider-Man films.
Yeah, he's still connected with the Marvel stuff, which is like
Which-
incredible.
So if everyone here is needing reading material and you enjoyed the Marvel Cinematic Universe at least during phases 1, 2, and 3, because if you're starting to fall out with phase 4 and 5, understandable. Go read the book MCU. It explains every weird decision made with the Marvel films. Trust me, including Avi Arad and how he actually was against the concept of a cinematic universe to begin with, and was focusing on any other way, and was, even though he was head of the studio and Kevin Feige was not, really liking working with him.
Okay. So
Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
So distribution was by Sony Pictures Releasing. Its runtime was 140 minutes. Its theatrical rating was PG. Its release date was original release date was on May 30th, 2023 at the Regency Valley Theater. And here in the United States proper for June 2nd, 2023. Box office. This movie had an estimated budget of $100 million. Its opening weekend for the United States and our northern brethren, in Canada, was, and man, this did a banger of a box office. Its opening box office was $120.6 million on June 4th. Its domestic gross for the United States and Canada was $381.5 million, and its international gross was $690.8 million. So going into the home release, and there's a little bit of information here. And for some reason, when I went to go notes, all it did, it just went a single column.
Okay.
Makes it a lot more fun. Let's see. The movie was released on digital download by Sony Pictures Home Entertainment on April 8th, 2023, and on Ultra HD Blu-ray, and DVD on September 6th of that year. Okay. So I was reading my notes and I was like, wait, what does it say that? Oh yeah. So backing up 2 years, in April 2021, Sony signed deals with Netflix and Disney for rights to their 2023, 2022, 2026 movie slate. Following the film's theatrical release and home video windows, Netflix signed an exclusive pay one window streaming rights, which is typically an 18-month window, including the sequels to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This deal built on the extending output deal that Netflix had signed with Sony Pictures Animated in 2014. Disney signed a pay two window rights for the film, which would be streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu, as well as being broadcast on Disney Outlier television networks. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was released on Netflix in the United States on October 31st, 2023, and released on Disney Plus on May 1st, 2025. So, sequels. The script and animation for Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse was significantly changed before the 2023 SAG strike, which is the writer's strike in 2023, delayed production, and its release date that July. The second film, after the second film's release, work resumed that December after the strike ended. The writers and directors were revealed a year later, and a new a new release date was announced for March 2025. Again, this has been changed
Mhm.
multiple times. Spider-Man Across Beyond the Spider-Verse is scheduled to be released here in the United States on June 25th, 2027. So there again, be like apparently they were creative differences and budgetary restraints or whatever.
Mhm.
So apparently that is the reason why it has been pushed back to 2027.
I mean, you're always kind of working on it, so
That is true. So what this is another, for our audience who can chime in if they want to at this moment. Um in the year of our Lord 2023, what did Spider-Man into the or I just want to say it wrong.
Across the Spider
Across
Verse.
Spider-Verse, thank you. Across Spider-Verse ranked in the theaters for 2023.
What else came out in
A
2023?
lot.
I know. I just because this was when like everything that was backed up after the strikes
Mm-hmm.
was releasing all at once.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, at least from my own opinions, that this was like I don't think this is the year that Guardians Volume 3 came out. I think that was 24, wasn't it?
No, it came out 2023.
That was 2023. Okay, so that's probably that, and in this movie are probably the only Marvel stuff that really did well, like did majorly.
Yes.
Uh, this wasn't a Godzilla year.
No.
Wait, it was a Godzilla year because
No.
that's the year Godzilla -1 came out.
Yes.
That was later at the end of the year,
Yes.
which did amazingly well considering it was only in theaters a month, and I think
Yes.
it's still on top 10 lists for in terms of how much money it made.
Yes.
I'm going 20.
Okay.
No, that's too low. I'm going 10.
Okay, you're going 10.
Going 10. Artsy
Artsy's
stuff
going-
says 3.
Artsy says 3. All right. So for this, I again get my information from boxofficemojo.com. And the number one film for 2023 was Barbie.
I figured, which I've watched that movie. I don't understand what people saw it.
Let's see. Going down the ranks. Barbie, the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Okay.
Oppenheimer.
Yes.
Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 3 was number 4.
Okay.
Number 5 was Fast X, also known as Fast and Furious 5.
Mhm.
Number 6 was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse at
Ah,
number 6.
so
Artsy.
actually, Bobo got it because he did say 6
Excellent.
while you were reading that. So
Excellent. All right. So, yeah.
what's 7 through 10?
7 through 10 would be Full River Red. I never heard of that one. Wonka. Me
Makes
and my
sense.
wife watched that one. That was a fun
I
film.
have finally seen it. It's good.
The Wandering Earth 2. I never heard of that one. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Eh. I've not seen past the first Mission Impossible film.
That is fair. That is fair. So, yeah, that is
And
all
my
I'm-
understanding is that those films don't really get good till movie 3 anyway. So
in some
or
cases,
4.
yeah.
somewhere in there.
I personally like 2 because it was just like that time period. But yeah, that's
Right.
that is all I have for info and stuff.
Okay. Getting into the summary. On Earth 65, Spider-Woman Gwen Stacy has become increasingly isolated from her friends and estranged from her father George. George is hunting Spider-Woman for killing Peter Parker, unaware that it was an accident after Peter turned into the Lizard. Gwen encounters a version of the Vulture from an Italian Renaissance-themed alternate universe, and Miguel O'Hara and Jessica Drew arrive through dimensional portals to help neutralize him. George corners Gwen and she reveals her identity to him, and he attempts to arrest her before she leaves with Jess and Miguel. In Brooklyn on Earth 1610, 16 months after Kingpin's defeat and the destruction of the Alchemax Collider, Miles Morales is having trouble with his parents due to his duties as Spider-Man interfering with his personal life and is grounded when he is late to a party celebrating his father's Jeff's promotion to police captain.
Surprise, surprise to nobody. It's Spider-Man.
Miles encounters the Spot, an Alchemax scientist turned supervillain whose body was infused with portals during the explosion that we actually do see in the first movie get hit with a bagel.
I forgot he actually get hit by a bagel.
And he is on screen for 5 seconds in his normal human form into the Spider-Verse. The Spot blames Miles for causing his mutation and reveals that he is the radioactive spider that bit Miles and gave him his powers came from an alternate universe, namely Earth 42, while the Spot was testing the collider. The Spot accidentally transports himself into a void and learns to use his portals to travel to other universes and empower himself by using Alchemax colliders in other dimensions. Gwen travels to Miles' dimension and they reconnect, sharing their struggles and hinting at feelings of attraction towards each other. Gwen secretly tracks the Spot and opens a portal to the next universe, Earth 50101. Miles discreetly follows Gwen into the portal, and the two team up with Earth 50101's local Spider-Man. I'm just going to say India Spider-Man because I am not going to say that name right. And later Hobie Brown against the Spot. The Spot absorbs the power of the collider, and he and Miles share a vision of his future attacks, which include the deaths of Jeff and Police Inspector Singh, the father of Spider-Man India's girlfriend, Gayatri. I'm sorry. The Spot escapes and Miles saves Singh from the collider's destruction, but the world begins to collapse before other spider people arrive to contain the damage. Miles, Gwen, and Hobie are taken to Nueva York in Earth 928, where a multiversal society of spider people known as the Spider Society work together to combat multiversal threats. Miles meets Miguel, the leader of the society, and reunites with Peter B. Parker, who introduces him to his infant daughter, Mayday Parker. Miguel explains to Miles that each Spider-Person's story contains canon events, such as the death of a police captain close to Spider-Man, which cannot be disrupted, otherwise the universe may collapse, which in turn could collapse the entire multiverse as a consequence. Miles realizes that the Spot killing Jeff is a canon event and is imprisoned by Miguel to prevent Jeff from being saved. Miles frees himself with the help from Hobie and flees with the society in pursuit. Miguel corners Miles and tells him that he was never supposed to become Spider-Man, blames him for the Spot's creation, and that Earth 42 has no Spider-Man because of him. Miles overpowers Miguel and with help from Margot Kess, which was Spider-Bite, flees back to his own universe. Gwen stands up for Miles and is angrily ejected to her own universe by Miguel. At home, Gwen reunites with George and they reconcile when he reveals that he has decided to resign from the Force instead of arresting her. George gives Gwen a makeshift portal device left for her by Hobie. Gwen uses it to travel to Earth 1610 and begins searching for Miles, as do other members of the society. Miles tries to reveal his secret identity to his mother, Rio, much to her confusion. Miles and Gwen realize that the former is in Earth 42 and not his own Earth. In Earth 42, Miles' late uncle Aaron Davis is alive while Jeff is dead. And New York is crime-ridden due to the lack of Spider-Man. Aaron restrains Miles and is joined by Miles' Earth 42 counterpart, the Prowler. Miles prepares to escape his restraints as the Spot begins his attack on Earth 1610's New York. Gwen, after promising to Rio and Jeff that she will find Miles, teams up with Peter B. Parker, Mayday, Spider-Man India, Hobie, Margot, Spider-Man Noir, Penny Parker, and Spider-Ham. Getting into the trivia for this. There are 85 Marvel universes referenced in this movie.
Yes.
The sequence on Earth 13122, the Lego universe, was animated by 14-year-old Preston Mutanga, who was hired after Phil Lord and Christopher Miller were impressed with his Twitter video recreating the entire trailer with Lego.
It was very impressive.
Phil Lord and Christopher Miller revealed that they told Sony the sequel would be the same size as Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, but it ended up having the largest crew of any animated movie ever, with around 1,000 people working on it. They added that it had 240 characters and takes place in 6 different universes. Spencer Wan, one of the animators for the film, used spam emails he received as background texture for Hobie Brown's animation throughout the film. With a runtime of 2 hours and 20 minutes, aka 140 minutes, this was the longest American animated film at the time of its release, surpassing the previous record holder, Consuming Spirits, in 2012 by 4 minutes. Keyword American, because I think technically Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon a Lifetime or whatever it's called is longer.
Yes.
The record was surpassed the following year by Hello, My Beloved Creatures in 2024 at 2 hours and 22 minutes, though the film had a lower frame rate. Across the Spider-Verse is the third animated film produced by an American studio to run over 2 hours after Fantasia in 1940 and The Lord of the Rings from 1978.
Wow.
AKA the animated Lord of the Rings, which we still need to review.
Yeah, by
Ralph Bakshi.
Rob Bakshi.
When Miles is rushing to the meeting with the guidance counselor, he passes by his friend Genki, who can be seen hanging out in Miles and Genki's dorm room playing Marvel Spider-Man 2 on his PlayStation 5. The game's version of Spider-Man, played by Yuri Lowenthal, also appears as one of the 240 Spider-Man variants seen throughout the film. Production on the film was completed on May 20th, 2023, 13 days before the U.S. release date.
Dang.
Spider-Punk is an alternative universe mixture of both Spider-Man and the original Prowler. The original Hobie Brown was the first Prowler, a petty thief turned hero after being redeemed by Spider-Man. Aaron Davis would become the Prowler of the Ultimate Marvel Universe in 2011. Miles' father used the last name Morales rather than Davis in this film for the first time in Marvel history. His name was also shortened from Jefferson to Jeff, potentially to avoid association with Confederate President Jefferson Davis.
Yes.
The inclusion of J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson, the character he plays in the live-action films,
Parker,
in the voice cast gives this movie a direct link not just to the MCU, but the pre-MCU Tobey Maguire Spider-Man era that started with Spider-Man 2002, 21 years earlier.
you're serious?
While Miguel's explanation of canon events only covers the most plot-relevant ones, namely being bitten by an enhanced spider and the death of a beloved family member and police captain, the holographic display shows many others, with both original comic panels and variations featuring other Spider People. These include freeing oneself from a pile of rubble, briefly renouncing the Spider-Man identity and throwing away the costume, losing a Gwen Stacy, encountering the Venom symbiote, and hitting the jackpot / sharing an upside-down kiss / getting married to Mary Jane. In addition, Spectacular is also shown cradling a mattress in his canon event as opposed to his Gwen. Before it is revealed that Miles has traveled to the wrong Earth, Earth 42, one can see that his mother's eyes are green, while on his home of Earth 1610, his mother's eyes are brown.
I did not notice that.
It's revealed by Spot that the spider that bit Miles into the Spider-Verse originally came from Earth 42. In the first movie, when the spider first appears, it glitches like any other character that isn't in their original dimension. When the Spot travels to the Sony Venom universe, he steals a pack of gum from Mrs. Chen called Venom Mint.
That's what I thought.
Peggy Lou reprises her role as Mrs. Chen from the Venomverse. Both Venom and Venom Let There Be Carnage and
Venom the Last Dance.
Venom the Last Dance. Thank you. This version of the Marvel Universe is designated Earth 688 on screen, which appears to be taken from the temporary reality number given to it on the Marvel database, which is Earth TRN 688. Which brings me to the end of the trivia.
Wow.
I would like to point out that at one point when I was making this trivia, that first one, I was going to list every single referenced Marvel universe.
Oh gosh, no.
I got about halfway through making that list and decided I ain't doing that. And I just deleted all the way back up to the top line. So yeah, I'm sorry, you're not going to get to hear the Earth number of Atari Spider-Man's Green Goblin from the Atari 2600. And no, it's not Earth 2600. That'd be too awesome.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I knew you were going to do something like that. I was like, okay, just waiting. Wow.
That's as far as I'm going. What's your first like for this film?
My first like, okay, so my first like and my first dislike share the exact same thing.
Oh.
Yes. Cliffhanger until 2027.
Yeah.
So this movie ends on such an amazing cliffhanger, revealing that Miles is in the wrong dimension.
Mm-hmm.
He's not on his Earth,
Mm-hmm.
and turns out the version of him is the Prowler,
Yeah.
and that's how it ends. And I'm like, whoa!
Well, there's one other scene right after that where they show Gwen gathering her team.
Oh yeah, I know.
But yeah, basically it ends with the Miguel as the Prowler
Yeah.
of that universe.
Yeah.
Going, oh wow.
So here's the funny part. Be like, you know how I how I learned that? It wasn't I'd be like, so I'm a toy guy. I like toys. I'm not
Mhm.
one of these. I don't collect everything. It's just more like I find them.
You like to
fascinating.
go see them.
Yeah, I like to go see them. So I remember walking into Walmart one day and going through the clearance aisle, and all there is like clearance Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm. Cross the Spider-Verse.
Cross Spider-Verse. I'm gonna butcher that until the day I die. Across the Spider-Verse, toys everywhere, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick up this Gwen. It's only $12. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
And then I spot one. I'm like, wait a minute, that looks like the Prowler, but Miles. And I thought nothing of it. And it's like, oh, that's okay, gotcha. I was like,
Mhm.
wow, okay, that's kind of cool. Thankfully, I never picked it up. But I saw it, and I was like, that's kind of a spoiler, big time.
Yeah.
There again, be like, it didn't really affect me until I watched the movie, and I was like, oh,
Well, the
okay,
toy-
that's gonna be interesting.
the toy industry has
Oh,
a
I'm aware.
time-honored
Oh,
tradition
I'm
of
aware.
spoiling the movies
Yes.
that they're tie-ins to.
Oh, so here's a little bit of toy history. So we go back to the early 1990s, and so we have the movie Dick Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
So they made a Dick Tracy toy line. I can't remember who made it, but they had the entire line. Tracy, the villains. They had the main villain. Wasn't
Mhm.
he Spot or the blank or whatever
Oh, from that movie.
from that movie?
Okay.
Literally before the movie came out, they literally spoiled the ending of the movie through toy form,
Mm-hmm.
because you can literally take the little mask off and guess who it is? Madonna.
Yeah.
Yep. I was like, what were you thinking? I think it was Mattel or somebody. I can't remember who. But
Meanwhile, I'm remembering back to one of the first toy lines for Star Wars, and the Jawas actually had it where you could take off their robe and see what it looked like underneath.
oh gosh.
And that thing is disturbing beyond. I'm convinced that's what the Heartless from Kingdom Hearts is based off of, because it looks like it could be one of them.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's just like this ending, this cliffhanger, because I've heard people describe this is the Empire Strikes Back
Mm-hmm.
as a film. And in some ways I agree, but it's not the same level. It's more Miles is a very hot-headed young teenager, and he is bound and determined that he is going to prevent a what do they call in the film? Where it be like it's a canon event.
Canon event, yeah.
He is going to prevent a canon event, which
Mm-hmm.
he knows clearly because he's heard the information will destroy the universe, but he doesn't care because there again he's a teenager. But be like he finds a way to get back to his own universe and realizes he's in the wrong universe.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, so I'm watching this, okay, and so I'm not clicking with it because his mom says, be like, oh, Spider-Man, oh, that's funny. Where did that come from? It didn't.
Is that what you wear to Comics Con?
Yeah, Comics Con.
Here's a fun fact. Do you remember what Miles's reaction to the word Comic Con was in the first movie?
I don't remember.
He goes, "What's Comic Con?" Another hint that he's not in his home universe, as his home universe doesn't have Comic Con.
They're not in our universe.
But Earth 42 has Comic Con,
Mm.
but not Miles's home universe.
Oh, okay.
Also, the jacket he wears when he's hiding, when he's talking to Rio, that he stole from that universe's Miles's floor, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's green and purple.
It's Green Goblin colors.
Well, Prowler colors.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So it's like,
That's right.
and like, there's so many hints.
Yeah, it
If you're
didn't-
watching and paying
it didn't
attention,
dawn
what's
on me when
going
you said
on?
that. Yeah,
And literally, like I said in the beginning, I was watching this and I just barely caught on the screen that said Destination Earth 42, where I made the connection. He's not going home. He's going to the spider's home that bit him.
it makes sense because it's triggering the DNA
Mhm.
from the spider.
And apparently,
I
it was,
did not click on that
Yes!
until I'd be like, until the very end. I'm like, wait a minute. Be like, hold on. His mom doesn't know who Spider-Man is. Okay, that's different. And it was like, wait, his uncle's still okay. We're in the wrong place. And it's like, oh, be like, yeah, there is a Spider-Man, except it's called the Prowler.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh no. I was like, great cliffhanger. I love the end of this because it's something you did not expect.
Yeah.
There again, I didn't catch the whole thing. Be like, oh, he's going to different dimension he's supposed to be going to
Mm-hmm.
because it's pinging off the DNA from the spider, not him.
from his.
Wow. I was blown away. I realized that like, oh, he's in the like when he started talking to his mom about be like Spider-Man. I'm like, who's Spider-Man? I'm like, oh, something's up. Like he's in the wrong place. And then he was like, oh, here's his uncle. And then he runs to his own self. I'm like, oh crap. This is gonna be good
Mm-hmm.
and might be problematic in my dislikes.
I'm curious what you think the problems are.
Yes.
But we'll get there when we get there.
Exactly. So what is your first like for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse?
So I'm eventually going to come back to yours, but I
Okay.
don't want to start there.
Okay. Well, thank you.
I want to start with Gwen's introduction in this movie.
Oh, okay.
That is what, 15 minutes
Yeah.
before we actually get to see the Spider-Verse, the film logo. And and it starts off and she's doing the whole drum thing. But what really gets me in that is watching the colors and the art style and how it reacts to everything that's going on.
Yeah.
The whole lead up with, because I mean, they in the first movie when they were doing her backstory,
Yeah.
they hinted very strongly that her Peter Parker was the Lizard,
Yeah.
which he was in the comics also.
Yeah.
In here, they downright show it,
Yeah.
and it's like, and her attack him and technically kill him. She was an accident, but she did technically kill him, and then is now wanted for his murder by her own father. And that whole time, if you're watching back and forth, the colors are reflecting the mood of what's going on.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Where the only bright spot is when she does that one last hug, because she really does still love her dad.
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot of tension between them right now, and that's the only time it goes bright, and then right after that it goes dark again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is just, I love how it's expressing the emotional pressure
Yeah.
of what's going on around her and around her dad and everything. But that's just the start of it. What I really love about this isn't just that, even though that's just a good example, is the fact that the art style changes for every single Spider-Man. You don't have, it doesn't take much work to watch something go and go, oh, we see cutout paper and clip art, that's Hobie. Oh, you see the super futuristic, that's going to be Miguel. And yeah, the first movie did this too, but that first fight where she goes and fights Renaissance Vulture, where everything he is like drawn out Leonardo da Vinci illustration style.
Yes.
What do you call that? The drawing he did of the human.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but it's basically that art style like you see of all his drawings.
Yeah,
which
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci, yeah, Leonardo da Vinci's. But it's all done in that kind of weird, like, it's not steampunk. Don't take that, but it's just Renaissance era stuff. It's like, oh, this is kind of cool and it works. And you get that all the way throughout it, no matter which Spider-Man character you're dealing with from what universe. You get to where they're going through the Spider Society, and you have three. Well, no, it's not just in the Spider-Man, but there are three points where they are using live action footage
Mm-hmm.
filmed specifically for this film, not just we're using archive footage from Spider-Man 1 or Amazing Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
They do that, but you've got Mrs. Chen from the Venomverse. You've got what's his name that plays the Prowler in the live action Prowler, Donald Glover.
Yeah,
you got Donald Glover as hinted at the MCU Prowler, even though that Prowler hasn't actually shown up in the MCU,
Mm-hmm.
except Aaron Davis is in Spider-Man Homecoming,
Yes.
and talks about how he's got a nephew that lives around there.
Yeah.
These weird little cool connections.
Yes.
And then you've got a couple other spots. I can't think of what the third one. There's a third one, but I can't remember what it is right
Mhm.
now. But it's like they did this intentionally. So you're going, oh, and then you've got like I mentioned before, you've got the video game sprites of these of like Atari Green Goblin.
Okay.
And then you've got the actual PS5 model of the PS5 Spider-Man in that same scene. You've got all these different art styles that are conflicting. They
Yeah.
should not be on screen at the same time.
Agreed.
And yet they work
Yeah.
together
Agreed.
because you immediately see it and go, that's what I'm seeing here. So there was a rumor going around prior to this film, and may actually end up happening in the third one, because this was back far enough that the second and third film were being made at the same time,
Yes.
that a certain live action Spider-Man may be making an appearance, whose t-shirt I may be wearing right this minute.
Yes. I've heard this rumor as well.
Japanese Spider-Man, aka the Emissary of Hell. That's how he always introduced himself to the villains. With his giant robot, Leo Pardon. Doesn't show up in this film. That is a disappointment. I'm not putting it in dislike.
Yeah, but it's to be like, how many Spider-Man showed up in
Because
this
there's
film?
a ton of Spider. Granted, it would not have fit. I will admit that to you. But I'm still sitting there going, please tell me when he does show up. Assuming he does show up in the third film. I'm not holding my breath, because the minute I try to do something like that, I'm going to be disappointed. But please tell me they actually are using the Toei suits from that, or at least remade them, and they're shot in the way the old show was, especially with yellow subtitles, so we can understand what he's saying.
Oh gosh.
Like when they originally put that out over here, because you used to be able to watch Japanese Spider-Man on Marvel's website
Mm-hmm.
with yellow subtitles, like a DVD. And when they did the Spider-Verse comic, the first one where he is in that,
Mm-hmm.
they did the same thing.
Interesting.
But I was like, please actually have somebody shoot this on 35 millimeter
Oh,
film.
gosh.
On
You don't go that far, dude.
I want it to look right. It needs to look like a Megazord fight.
Okay.
No one will get it, but the few people who do.
The nerds will get it.
I mean, there's a lot of characters in here that when you look at them, you're going, there's no way that's actually that version of Spider-Man existed before this film.
Yeah.
And you look it up, it's like, oh no, it did. It existed. Web Slinger is a thing. Cowboy Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There we had the Spider-Mobile was in this as its
Yes.
own character.
Yes.
We had Spider-Cat.
Yes.
I just love bringing it back to where I was. I just love how the characters are shown in this as how they were when they showed up, or enough thought was put into how would this have been drawn or shown originally, that if it is an original Spider-Man, or they actually made it look like where you could easily be identifiable. And I love that about this, because without having to tell me anything, I recognized that the watch that Spider-Gwen gets at the end from a friend
Yeah.
that her dad gives her, I recognize immediately just from the look at it, that came from Hobie
Mhm.
because it was done in the Spider-Punk style.
Yeah.
They didn't have to point that out. I
No.
knew it immediately. That's good storytelling. That's
Yeah,
good visual storytelling is when you can just, you don't have to have dialogue and you know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I love that that's here. So
Nice.
the art, the eclectic art style that shouldn't work and yet does
Yes.
is my first like, as shown specifically from the Spider-Gwen introduction.
Ah. So my second like is bouncing directly off of yours,
Mm-hmm.
or taking, a spider web from yours. The design aspects of this movie, be like the first one's spectacular,
Mhm.
pun intended. But this movie cranks it to 11 because they're using multiple styles and multiple eras of Spider-Man, different universes, what have you. I think of primarily of, again, I'm a 90s kid and a lot of people don't like this storyline, but I loved it because that was my introduction to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Was Ben Riley Scarlet Spider.
Yes.
And his
And
whole
his very grim, dark performance.
grim dark performance, and it'd be like the way they use
I think when I was looking through that list of Spider universes when I was originally making the list, he was from Earth 1994, which is when the Clone Saga was
when
happening.
the Clone Saga was happening. So it'd be like you have his style, you have every other Spider-Man, like you said, the fact to be like there are so many variant styles in this movie that it shouldn't work, but it does. And it's just it's so unique when you see all these different art styles and designs of different characters that are working together. Like sometimes I think they kind of blend a little too much together, sometimes in the background, but I think that's intentional. But overall, be like you have this fantastic art design, like you said in the very beginning when it's reintroducing Gwen Stacy. And I love that, like, color moods and everything like that. And it's absolutely just amazing. Like the use of color, the use of design in this movie is impeccable. It is so wonderful to watch. It is be like, even if be like you just turned the be like you hit mute and just watched it.
Yes.
It's one of those movies where it's, oh my gosh, I'm intrigued simply by the animation and design and use of color, and everything in this film is absolutely gorgeous. So that is my second like, is design. What is your third like?
My second like.
Ah, that's right.
My second like for this film is Mayday Parker.
Spider B, or Peter B. Parker.
Peter B. Parker's kiddo. Because here's the thing, when she's on screen, she steals the show. Because she's just a little girl doing little girl things, but already she's Spider-Man or Spider-Woman, Spider-Girl, Spider-Tot. Whatever you want to call her. Mayday. She even has her like the very end when Peter B wakes up and sees her looking out the window, and you see Spider-Gwen and Spider-Ham and the rest of Gwen's team, and she's pointing out there for Peter B to go see, and he picks her up and he sees what's going on. When the camera switches back, she lifts up her little bitty hands and pulls down her Spider-Man mask.
Yeah, which is
like so freaking cute. And yes, like Mary Jane did not put anything on this girl. I mean, she's got her looks. Don't get me wrong, but this is Peter's daughter.
Yes,
there's no doubt in my mind because she's already got his ideas. Like, no, we help the team.
Yeah,
she may have the Parker luck, but then who in this movie doesn't have the Parker luck?
That is true.
Even the Miles Morales has the Parker luck.
That is true. So, be like an interesting part about May Parker.
Yes,
Mayday.
Mayday Parker is how she's credited in this.
Yeah, Mayday Parker. Be like her suit if you've ever seen like when she's actually like a teenager and adult,
Mm-hmm.
be like it's literally Ben Riley's costume
Yeah,
from when he
But-
was Spider-Man.
but do you
The
know?
first time, not the second time.
But
the
do you
first time.
know where Mayday Parker first showed up?
Yeah, I think it's like in a like it's another
The
universe.
worst comic book, Spider-Man comic book.
Oh,
One more day.
Yeah.
You know, the comic book where Spider-Man is tempted by the devil to give the devil his marriage to save Aunt May.
Yeah.
And it's not Peter who has the guts to even go through with the darn deal. It's Mary Jane who finally is the one who makes the deal. So, because she knows Peter won't do it and erases their marriage from continuity. It's a stupid book, but that's where we first see Mayday in one of the flashbacks where we see what his future what Peter's future might look like when he's and we see his daughter in full costume. And now, I hate that comic book. I hate that comic book. I hate that comic book. I reckon.
I get it. I get it.
Anyway,
Mm.
and that's she might actually have shown up before that point. I could be wrong there,
Ah.
but this is where I first saw her. Was when
okay.
I was reading this travesty. And yes, I read all 4 issues of One More Day because I am apparently a masochist.
Apparently.
Why does the devil even want his marriage? Moving on.
Moving right along.
Dig-a-doom, dig-a-doom.
All right. So my third like of this film, that was a very interesting segue. Very. I was like, where is he going? It's like, oh, that.
Well, it's
Grandmaster activated.
this audio clip owned by Nate Marchand at Monster Island Film Vault. For more information, please go to monsterislandfilmvault.com. Anyway,
Anyways, all right. So my third like for this film would actually be Miles's choices, and this kind of goes into the idea: do we have free will, or is it all predestined?
a very sticky topic
Yes, very sticky topic in both theologically and Spider-Man.
and philosophically.
Yes, exactly. So the idea that Miles in his 15-year-old head
Mhm.
thinks that somehow he can change destiny. That this idea, like the idea that again, what is it? Anchor? Is it the anchor point or I'm really thinking-
Anchor point is a term the MCU used.
Oh, yeah,
which
that's
is usable here.
Yeah,
Because I mean, even when they're showing the multiverse,
Yeah.
or the Spider-Verse, it starts off with the MCU's graphic for the multiverse before they start putting all the spider iconography
right,
out. So
right.
anchor point is a good use.
Okay, so when you have the anchor point of a character, say you have your Uncle Ben, your
Yeah.
Gwen Stacy's father, or Miles's father, be like, if that character is destroyed, is not predestined to be killed, it will destroy the universe, which is always kind of a very weird thing to me. It's kind of weird. We don't have to really go
Mhm.
into it at this moment, but you have this idea that you have a young man who has been Spider-Man for at least 17 months, 17-ish months, and he's got a little bit of hothead. He's got a little
He's
more
a teenager. What do you
he's teenager.
expect?
That's where I'm going. Be like, you have this idea, be like, he wants to save his dad. He wants to save his dad. He says everything possible, even though he's given all this information about if he does this, it will destroy his own universe. Because if the anchor is not eliminated, be like, it will cause a ripple effect, it will
Mhm.
cause the destruction of the universe, which I think is kind of stupid in a way, but that's just me.
Okay, but this is your right?
Yes, this is my like, because it's more of a character's choice. Because we have so many characters making choices throughout this entire thing. Like Gwen, be like, does she stick with Miles or she just stick with the Spider Society? Does she do this? Be like, all of our characters are making decisions all the time. Be like, and are we predestined to do? Our characters predestined to go through with it, even if they don't necessarily have a choice in the matter, or do they have a free will of their own in order to do said choice? That's always the conundrum of
So
the question.
the canon events, which is
Yeah,
what you're
that's what
referring
it-
to,
yeah,
that's
canon
the term this movie uses.
Yeah, canon
The
events.
canon events that you're referring to, that's already a bit sketchy.
Yes, it is
Because the
very sketchy.
way the canon events are described is these are events that have to occur, otherwise the universe will break up.
Yeah,
By that definition, I think you've already got problems,
you do.
because in not every universe is it Peter Parker who gets bit by the spider. It's a lot of them,
Yeah,
but it's not every single one of them. We have that with Gwen Stacy. She's not Peter Parker,
No.
obviously.
no.
And you've got Miles, because obviously there's a couple other Miles Moraleses, at least one other Miles Morales
Yeah.
we know of that should have been Spider-Man, because you do see the spider on his desk when they're doing when the Spot is actually telling
Mhm.
Miles about where his spider came from.
Yes.
Because you actually see him getting ready to actually bite on Miles G's do the spider bite there.
Yeah,
But like I said, you've already got issues with canon events because not every Spider-Man is Peter Parker. Here's the other thing. Not every Spider-Man gets their powers the same way.
that is true.
Just going on Into the Spider-Verse characters,
Yeah,
just those 6, the way it's described, 2 of them, they go past the thing very fast because they did Spider-Man Noir, Penny Parker, and
Mhm.
Spider-Ham kind of all at the same time. So you've got to be really listening to catch what all they're saying, right? First off, Penny Parker, her spider that she's telepathically connected to and is still around, didn't bite her.
yeah,
Her entire thing is she's got a mech suit from her dad.
yeah,
2, Peter Porker, the Spider Ham. He was a spider that got bitten by a radioactive pig.
yeah.
And that's not just the movie being funny. That's the actual canon version of how Peter Porker, the Spider Ham, got his powers. He was a spider who got bitten by a radioactive pig.
Yes.
I know it's weird, but it's the cartoon universe. It's the Looney Tunes universe. You just go with it, right?
Right.
All of these are technically breaking these are all hinging on what should be canon events for those universes.
Okay, so here,
And they're not played out the same way every time. Like he's talking about with what he called ASM 90, which ironically that stands for Amazing Spider-Man 90, because that was
Yeah.
the comic book in which Captain George Stacy died.
Yes.
Even that, we already see that the George Stacy of this Gwen's universe did not die as a police captain. He's stepping down from the role of police captain before he has a chance to get killed.
Right. But so we're talking about the canon events.
Yeah.
Talking about canon events. The canon event in which this whatever version of Spider-Man
Mm-hmm.
is the catalyst in which the character becomes their version of the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Most of it, it's Uncle Ben, it's Captain Stacy, it's whoever.
Captain Stacy is, from my knowledge, the death of the police captain is separate from the death of the mentor.
Yeah.
Because both Captain Stacy and Uncle Ben died in the original comics continuity.
Yes.
In this universe's continuity, Uncle Aaron,
Uncle
is
Aaron.
the Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
So
That's where I was going.
He's already faced that one. The police captain is a separate thing, which happens to be his dad in this instance.
Yeah, which is okay.
Or at least that's what he's scared it is.
Yeah. So what this is more like my nitpick about this movie.
Yeah.
Is you have this canon event, which is we already know it'd be to push our main character into becoming Spider-Man was either when his universe's Peter Parker died,
Mm-hmm.
caused him to be Spider-Man, or it could be his Uncle Aaron who passed away, which drove him to be Spider-Man. Because he had those catalysts that drove him to become the Spider-Man he is today. So in this movie, you have a catalyst to be they chose to be it's your father who's passed away. Because if he doesn't die, you don't become Spider-Man. But at the same time, in the movie itself, even Spider-Man 99 states that this Miles Morales isn't supposed to be Spider-Man.
Right, because
He was bitten by the wrong spider.
right, because his universe technically has 2 Spider-Men.
Right.
The original Peter Parker,
Mm-hmm.
who died, and Miles.
Yes.
That already should be destroying his universe.
Yes.
If
should
the
be.
canon events
Yeah. If you go
are
by canon.
the thing.
Yeah.
And you want to get really specific into this,
Mm-hmm.
you got to remember that all the Earth numbers I've spotted here, I
Mhm.
mentioned here, these are parallels of the actual Earth numbers in the rest of the comic books.
Yes.
Because there is the Peter Parker Spider-Ham from this universe that's in this Spider-Verse,
Mm-hmm.
and the Peter Parker Spider-Ham from the comic Spider-Verse are 2 different characters. There's a third one because the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon series did the same storyline with Peter Parker the Spider-Ham
Mm.
as being a major character.
Yes.
So all of these are there's already so many parallels. You got to remember these are all separate characters, and the one rule about Marvel is if Marvel is involved with it in any way, shape, or form, it's canon to Marvel universe, to Marvel continuity,
Yes.
some way. Which means both Star Wars continuities technically exist in the Marvel multiverse, but and DC Comics does too,
Yes.
and Power Rangers.
Yes.
But anyway, the
Yes. I'm aware.
I'm trying to remember what my point was. What I'm getting at is there's if what Miguel says is true, then technically thousands of other continuities that have been published and are still active to our knowledge should also have broken down and been destroyed because things did not follow canon events.
Right. True. Like,
I'm saying Miguel O'Hara is missing a lot of information, and he's acting as if what he's got is all of the information.
he's going off bad data,
Incomplete data,
incomplete data.
I would say.
So we kind of bounced into our dislike in some fashion.
Well,
or
I still
form.
have a third like.
Yeah. So get into your third like.
My third like, much like your first, is also one of my dislikes. I did say I was coming back to this.
Yes.
This movie is to be continued. To quote a random California driver who stated to Patrick Stewart in between the airings of The Best of Both Worlds Part 1 and 2, in which she screamed this at him into his car when he had the top down. You ruined my summer! And next couple years. Maybe a slight paraphrase there.
Wow.
I watched this and thought, I know it's going to be a 2-parter. I know it's going to be a 2-parter, but please give me something that's, I want to be pulled back in for the next one, but please
Resolution.
give me a resolution. And we do kind of have a hopeful resolution at the end because we're getting the gang back together, kind of a thing there at the end of episode 5 of like at the end of Star Wars Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Which the ending of Empire Strikes Back is actually the inspiration for this ending,
Yes.
by the way.
Oh yeah. Agreed.
I mean, they officially stated it was the inspiration. They went
Yes.
back and watched how Star Wars did it and say, oh, they actually gave us hope at the end. So that's
Yeah.
what they do here.
Yeah.
And we've got the hope in the We're not leaving with the ice pick through the heart of that's not Miles is the bad guy in this universe. We're not ending on that. We're ending with the hope that we've got 2 teams coming. They're going to come together and all that other kind of stuff.
Right.
But we have to wait 3 years. No more. 24, 25, 26, 4 years from the time this originally came out.
Yeah.
The nice thing about us having waited so long to review this film is that it's less time until the next movie comes out. So yeah, that's all. That's along with my third dislike. That's my third like. That's my first dislike is to be continued.
Okay. So jumping into my first dislike is the exact same thing. Like I said in the first, it's the cliffhanger until 2027. It's like, oh my gosh, now we have to wait 2 years. Or at least for me, 2 years.
I've been waiting since 2023.
I know. But it's just like, okay, well, okay, so like you said, be like, it is how a Star Wars Empire Strikes Back has a little bit of hope at the very end.
Mhm.
Be like, we do have this team trying to find Miles.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be interesting. Because there again, 2-year wait or 3 years wait.
Of which
3 or
the
4 years. At
of which
least.
they has gone through several rewrites and several fixes that we
Yes.
are already aware of, because they're trying to make sure they end it correctly.
Yes. So yeah, that is my kind of a dislike, because now we have to wait at least from when this movie came out in 2023 to 2027. So that is a long wait for a movie that's left you hanging.
9 years from the beginning of Into the Spider-Verse.
And hopefully it'll get pushed back until 2028.
I don't
Breathe.
need
Breathe.
I don't need
Drew.
the end of the trilogy to be at the 10-year anniversary. This is not 1980.
Hey, at least it's not 30 years.
Fair.
Yes. So what is your
My second dislike.
your second dislike?
It's really is kind of hard to come up with dislikes for this film, if we're being honest, because this is such a good film. My second dislike for this, I think, is this is both this is one of those backhanded dislikes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I don't. It's good that I don't like it. You know what I mean? Because we're not supposed to like Miguel O'Hara in this.
Right.
Now, granted, when they showed him in the first, it's like, oh, this is he's gonna be the new mentor for the next film. It's kind of what it looked like in the
Yeah.
after credit scene, and now no, he's actually the big villain.
Kind of.
He's the big villain. I don't think. Okay, speculation. Miles G. Morales,
Mm-hmm.
I think is not going to be a villain when he shows up.
Oh, really?
I'll explain why. We already know that universe is ruled over by villains.
Yes.
In a universe ruled over by villainy, when villainy is considered basically good,
Yes.
what is the example that what fights against it?
A villain that's kind of a good guy, an
A-
anti-hero.
He could be very easily be an anti-hero.
Yeah.
He could still have the he probably still has his he was supposed to be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He probably still works off those instincts. He's just taken the Prowler persona instead of Spider-Man because his Uncle Aaron probably trained him after his father died. Probably the same way that Uncle Aaron died in the original.
Probably.
I'm just saying, we already know that that universe is being ruled over by the Sinister Six cartel.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah. Be like, it's a good notion. I agree. And be like, you could be completely right.
I'm hoping I'm right.
Right.
I don't like the idea. He may be a little villainous, and maybe Miles has to get him to understand that maybe he's not going about things the correct way.
Right.
But I think his intentions are good.
Yeah.
He's basically still being the Spider-Man of his universe. It's just not going well.
Right.
That's my theory.
Okay.
But yeah, but that's why I see Miguel as really the villain of this movie, the main antagonist at the very least.
I agree that Miguel O'Hara. Yeah. So Bill, I do agree. He is very much a protagonist in this film.
Antagonist.
Antagonist. That's what I meant to say. Antagonist. He is very antagonistic in this film because he believes he is doing the right thing.
He's that good. He's that good kind of villain that is the hero of his own story. The problem is the real hero is shown up.
Yes, in a way, because according to all the information they have, be like, if this event happens, it will destroy the universe, destroy that universe. And so you have Miguel O'Hara as Spider-Man 2099 is convinced that this is the right path. And so he's going to prevent that as much as possible. If that's stopping Miles Morales, this version Spider-Man, he will do that. And so he's he is being Spider-Man to its core, but
Mhm.
he might be misled, possibly. That's where I'm going to get in my dislike at a certain point.
Right. But but the way Miles Morales is done in here, I actually really do like as a villainous character. It's just when I went into this, I was expecting Miguel not to be the villain. I mean, Spot's the villain.
Yeah, Spot is
Let's
the
be honest,
villain.
Spot is the villain.
Yeah, he's very much Spot. the
But
villain.
I was fully expecting
More of a
Miguel
se-
Miguel O'Hara to be maybe an edgier Spider-Man, because I mean he is from the cyberpunk universe
Mhm.
of in the Spider-Man
Yeah.
mythos. I was expecting more edgy, but I was not expecting I'm gonna kill you because you're an anomaly and I miss my daughter. That's kind of his character.
yeah, I agree. He is a very damaged character who is
Right. And that's one of the things this is the second film in a trilogy. They have to have characters in a bad spot so there can be character growth in the third film.
Agreed.
That's how you write a trilogy. Even if it's a trilogy that wasn't originally intended as to be a trilogy. But at the same time, I like how they made me not like this character.
Yeah.
Because this is step one of a redemption story
Yeah.
for O'Hara. They could still make him a bad guy.
Yeah, they still could.
But if they are taking inspiration from Star Wars, I don't think he's a Palpatine. I think he's a Vader.
okay.
He is a villain in his own right, but
Yeah.
he's mistaken in what what the right thing to do is.
He could be mistaken.
could be mistaken.
Could be mistaken.
That is see. I am still of the thought that the Canada events are all a bunch of hogwash.
Right.
I'm not saying there's not things that could happen, but how do you know that there's not something else that's just using the lack of a canon event happening as like a beacon, because they obviously can detect a canon event with their sensors.
Yeah.
So who's to say other sensors can't attack that and is using that as, there's a lot left open intentionally.
Yes. Agreed.
Anyway, what's your third dislike?
Third, you mean
Or
second?
second, sorry.
Second dislike. So might be like this is. I don't think it's very controversial at all, but I think it's more of a power dynamic in the Morales household. So you have these. You have Jefferson and you have the mother's name, who I can't remember her name.
Rio.
Huh?
Rio.
Rio. Okay. So you have these two characters be like they are working kind of in tandem, but you have Jefferson or Jeff, who is more of a he's not not authoritative, but more of a oh I would say he's more like a weak father, because he's more be like whatever mom says. But like, he's not one of these very okay, be like, this is what I said, we're gonna go by this kind of guy. You'd be like he's
Except they do. Miles is still grounded at the end of this film.
oh yeah, I agree. They
and
do-
now he's up to 5 months.
yeah. So here's where I'm
Sorry,
going.
5 weeks.
So here's where I'm going. Here's where I'm going with this part of the story, where you have but like he's been told you are grounded, and then the mother turns around and be like, I see that you're very interested in this girl. Go have fun. Be like, go find out what your heart desires, whatever that line was. And she literally bypasses what her husband said in order to allow him to again. It catapults our story to where it's going.
Except that she says you're still grounded after this.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So it's only a temporary hold on his sentence.
Yes.
And his father is for the most part fine with it once he understands what's going on.
Yes.
I just hate to see Jeff's a great character.
Yo, yeah, I agree. Jeff's a great
I
character.
don't like the idea of him being called weak because I don't see him as a weak character.
None. Okay. Let me back up.
Because I mean what he said still is still
Oh yeah, I
the law.
I agree. But I think let me back up a second, because maybe what I said got lost in translation, which is not surprising at all. what be like the way I viewed it is the whole reason his mother made that decision. They're like, oh, you can go after Gwen because obviously it's the catalyst to bring the story forward. Obviously, because otherwise it's more where am I going wrong?
You're saying like, oh, him going after is the only reason that's happening is because of that's what the story needs, and it's like no, she sees Rio and Jeff.
Yeah,
Both of them are worried about their son who is not
agreed.
communicating with them at all.
Agreed.
Now, granted, the reason he's not communicating is because he's Spider-Man and can't tell them and is trying to figure out, or he's
Fair.
trying to figure out how to tell them because that's still going to get him in a lot of trouble one
Right.
way or the other. It's a Kobayashi Maru scenario.
Yeah.
So in that moment, right before that happens, after he's already grounded,
Right.
both Jeff and Rio see Miles talking to Gwen.
Yes.
Sorry, Gwaylon,
Yeah,
as they know her.
Gwaylon. Yes.
It's a stupid joke from the first movie. But they see them talking, and it's like, okay, he still needs to be punished
Right.
because he did backtalk. He did do something that was deserving of punishment. We
Right.
do have to lay down the law.
Okay.
But it is also important that if he is in love with this girl, now is not the time to enforce that. Grant, maybe tomorrow when the situation's different, but in this moment, maybe it's a better idea for them to spend some time together. Maybe it's not the end of the world if we suspend his sentence for one night. Except it technically might have been the end of the world, but that's beside the point.
Right.
Sorry, I'm not trying to tell you to say you're wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's just there are these little things like, well, it's not that. And that's why I was trying not to say anything because I wanted you to finish your thought before I come back in.
Okay.
So,
All right,
sorry.
So what? No.
I will try not to express myself in any way, shape, or form while you talk.
What is your What is your third?
No, go ahead and tell
No,
yours.
No, I'm done.
Well, then
I'm good.
No offense. I'm not sure I understood what your second dislike was then. It's that Jeff. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to fight you on this.
No, you're good.
I'm trying to figure out what was your second dislike.
I don't know.
I'm
anymore.
sorry.
No,
sorry.
you're good. Just continue, please.
I did not mean to get you off track like
No,
that. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Be like, you were right. I was wrong. So let's
This
continue on to
was
your
not-
third like.
Not a matter of right and wrong. I'm sorry.
You're good. Continue.
We were debating.
Yes, continue.
Okay. My third dislike
Yes, your third dislike.
for this film is I don't even know what my third dislike is because I'm thinking back to crud. I stepped on your foot accidentally.
No, you're fine.
No, my third dislike is the Spot. While he's a big character in this, he
Yes.
disappears halfway through the film. Granted, it's because we're now moving on to the Spider Society stuff,
Yes.
and he is, and that's the focus of it at that point. But it's like this is the main villain of the thing. He should still be a pain in Miles's backside while
Right.
he's still running from the Spider Society. So yeah, it's just that the Spot disappears halfway through the film, and they only kind of barely remember to bring him back up later. And granted,
Yes.
it's going to come back in the third one, and
Yeah, of course.
because they're going to be designed to be watched back to back because this is
Right.
still a part 1, part 2 film.
Yeah.
But
Technically, yes.
yeah, but my third dislike is that our main villain disappears for half the last half of the film.
That's true because the third act kind of focuses on something different, so they kind of take him out of the equation.
Yeah.
So, obviously, hopefully they'll bring him back in the second one.
Oh,
Third
they probably
third one,
are because
Probably.
Anyway,
All right. So my third kind of resembles my third or my
your third dislike resembles your third like.
Yes, it's more about the responsibility Now again, be like, if I am wrong, please correct me on this. It's more the responsibility choices. So we've already discussed in depth
Mhm.
of how the anchor point. I'm gonna use anchor because
Yeah.
or whatever it's called, the
Canon event.
canon event. If the canon event is if it does not take place, it'll destroy the world. We've already kind of torn that apart in some capacity or form. Though I gotta label this responsibility choices. So my fear with Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is either it's going to go one or two ways. Now, Grant, I might be completely wrong, and you can correct me if I am
Mhm.
wrong on this. My thought is that either A, Miles is going to, because he's the main character, and so we have to give him the happy ending. So he saves his dad, and everything is wrong, and he's right, and everybody else is wrong. And so he saves the day. His dad is not killed.
Mhm.
And it turns out it's like, oh, because it was your Uncle Aaron who died, and which caused you to be Spider-Man, or it was the death of the original Spider-Man from your own universe, which could be a factor. And that's what kind of usher in a kind of a happy ending. Or you could have the alternate where it could be Miles, not Miles, but Miguel is right. The fact to be like, if and the idea would be like, this is predestined to happen. So Miles can't stop it. No matter what he does, he cannot stop the death of his own father. And so I think if it went with the alternative version where I'm going with is the fact to be like, if it goes with more of a predestined track,
Mhm.
the fact to be like, it doesn't matter what Miles does, he cannot stop his own father from dying. So I think for me, I think that'd probably be a better route. Now, Grant, I might be completely
Yeah.
wrong, and you can
I am letting you get your entire thought out before I
yes,
voice my opinion.
yes. So that's my thought.
So
My fear is
yeah.
that they are going to go with, because they kind of pointed out, because we kind of already torn it apart a little bit
Mhm.
here and there, but my fear is that they are going to go with, we're going to give Miles the happy ending, and that everybody else is wrong and he's right kind of story.
Mhm.
And it's going to be like Jeff is going to be fine. Everything they said in the last movie is going to be completely wrong, and it's going to be like Miles was right the entire time. Or they could go with, oh, either or, Spider-Man 99 was right, and
Right.
he cannot stop it.
You're either in your mind it's either goes uh Miles and Gwen are correct in that it is actually possible to stop a canon event and have the world still be around and you get
Yes.
the happy ending.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
Miles or Miguel O'Hara is right and it ends on a sour note because Jeff still has to die.
Yes.
Even if everything else comes out right, even if it's still a at best, if Miguel's right, it's going to be a bittersweet ending.
Yeah,
because
be bittersweet.
Jeff's still going to have to die.
Yeah.
I will go with route number 3
Okay.
because Singh is still alive.
Who?
When Spot got caused that vision to happen between him and Miguel,
Yes.
we see both Miles. We see Miles's dad die, and we see Inspector Singh, who was Spider-Man India's
girlfriend's
father, who is a police captain.
Yeah.
He is still technically alive.
Yeah.
Granted, his world is
falling apart. Yes.
And we do not know, and I can't stress this enough, we don't know what its final
outcome
is.
Yeah.
Especially since Spider-Man India is on Gwen's team.
Yeah.
I'm putting that out there.
Okay.
Secondly, from a writing perspective, I think if you do end up actually killing Jeff after the way this first part is written, I think that would actually be that would not be as I don't think that's what they're going for. I
Okay.
think they are actually going for Jeff survives, but maybe on a technicality, which
Okay. You can see that.
the other thing is as I stated, Miguel O'Hara is while he is working off good data,
Yeah.
I think it's incomplete data.
Yes.
I think that Miguel's data does not account for the spot.
Okay.
And the spot's going to be what's going to throw everything into what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think Jeff's going to die, but at the same time, it's still going. However, that's going to end is still going to cost Miles something. It may cost him his Spider-Man abilities.
Maybe.
It's definitely going to cost him Gwen Stacy
Possibly.
because more than likely she's going to have to go back to her universe again,
Yeah.
and he's going to have to find a girlfriend in his universe if he's going to have one. And it could technically be that his universe's version of Gwen Stacy.
Possibly.
Because I'd like to point out that we do not know the state of Miles's universe's versions of Gwen Stacy, Captain Stacy, or really anybody else that was not in the last movie.
Fair.
We do not know any of the. We know we know Uncle Ben is gone because we see Aunt May living by herself.
Right.
We don't know why he's gone. If he died, I don't. They do mention that he died. Sorry.
Yeah.
But we don't know. There's a lot we don't know. So they part of the reason I think it's been delayed is because they want to make sure that whatever they come up with, because this is already a very complex story.
Yes.
They want to make sure it ends correctly. Correctly, it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but you
Right.
want a satisfying ending of some kind. And honestly, ending a trilogy on a sour note that Jeff Morales still has to die because this canon event happened.
Yeah.
This is just my opinion.
Fair.
I think that's the weaker ending.
Okay.
Because you are correct in that we're talking about a predestination
Mm-hmm.
versus free will debate.
Yes.
This is my opinion on predestination versus free will. Anyone who says free will means I get to go out and flap my arms and fly to Dallas or whatever. If that's your definition of free will, that's stupid because nobody can do that. Free will is being able to make your own decisions that are filtered through your nature and what options are actually available to you.
Yes.
Left to their own devices, had the Spider Society not occurred, very well it could be that the stoppage of a canon event could cause that world to be destroyed, as we did see at least one of them that happened to. At least we don't know if it got destroyed.
Yeah. They know they were trying to prevent it, or
they were
slow it down.
Right. What we don't really know is you have the simple fact that Miles Morales, of our main hero of this, isn't just an anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
He's the anomaly.
Yeah.
That's what Miguel calls him.
Yeah.
That means all of the rules involving him go out the door.
Possibly. Yes.
The more he learns about how these canon events work, especially now that he's teaming up with the person who was supposed to get his spider bite.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's teaming up with that Prowler.
Mm-hmm.
I just suspect he is. But like I said, this is all my opinion. So I personally think, while I understand your fear, that that the allowing of a unearned happy ending keyword unearned, which
Yeah.
I really think is what you're more worried about.
Possibly.
I could be wrong. An unearned happy ending, I do agree, would be a bad way to go. But there's if Beyond the Spider-Verse is another 2-hour epic of the same quality as both this and the last film,
Yes.
I don't think we're going to get an unearned happy ending.
Okay.
But I
fair
also
enough.
don't see them aiming for the sad ending. I suspect, and we kind of talked about this when we were talking about Princess and the Frog, because at one time and you may still feel this way, that they got kind of an unearned happy ending, even though we did lose a character.
Yes.
It could be we've got a situation like that on our hands,
Possibly.
where there's still going to be a cost
Yeah.
for the
Most likely.
happy ending.
Yeah,
but
most
the happy
likely.
ending is still going to be earned.
It'd be like the loss could be like an unexpected character.
Yes.
Be like it could not be. It possibly could be a character we're not expecting to die, but who knows?
But I also want to point out one other little thing. This is based on a comic book,
Yes.
specifically the Spider-Verse
Yes.
comic book. Do you know how the Spider-Verse comic book ends, even though it doesn't have the same villains?
No.
Peter Porker is the one who saves the day because he does his Looney Tune bit.
Ah.
I'm not going to go into specifics, but basically, they trick. I don't remember the exact, but it was because of Peter Porker's Looney Tunes-esque antics.
Mhm.
They were able to win.
Ah.
I'm not saying they're going that way with this version, but I'm just saying Peter Porker's available, and they didn't even bring him up in this film.
Right.
The only reason we know he's there is that we saw him. He had no speaking part. Very easily could come back up in the third film.
That is true.
But that was your third dislike,
Yes.
which I think brings us to rating the film,
Yes.
because I think I confused myself when we switched from likes to dislikes.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You're good.
what are you rating this film?
I'm gonna give it a 7.5. This is a really good movie. I enjoy it because there again, it's the second act in a third act trilogy. So it's good. Be like it's not like watching Star Wars from our perspective because
Yeah.
it was already finished by that point. So we don't know the ending of this movie. So giving it a 7.5, it's still a good movie. Be like, I wouldn't necessarily state it has qualities of an Empire Strikes Back, but it doesn't have the caliber of an Empire Strikes Back kind of film. But I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
I still really, really enjoy it. And yeah, 7.5.
So let me ask you this before I do mine. If the third movie ends up being excellent,
Yes.
like it hits all the things you're worried about and does it in a good way, it's an excellent movie. Would that retroactively raise your? You think that might retroactively raise your opinion of this film?
Yes. Most likely.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure of.
Yeah.
Because I'll admit I was a little surprised you went as low as 7.5. Because I'm going 8.5.
Okay.
Because watching this, especially on this time through, made me remember how much I respect these films. Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. And I'm really looking forward to the third one. But I respect this for the artisticness that they're able to do, along with being a pop culture fun fest. This is as much a popcorn muncher as it is a sci-fi, not sci-fi, but a artistic thinker. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's no matter how you approach it, there's a lot that you can consume here and a lot you can chew on, even if you're just wanting to see cool Spider-Men fight each other. Even our discussion here, I think, proves part of what my point is there, because there's so much to enjoy about the film, and I can't, in good conscience, rate it below an 8, but I'm going 8.5 because good night, is this film beautiful.
Oh yeah, I agree. It is completely beautiful.
I don't know if the third film meets my expectations in the correct way, if it would up it, because I'm already rating it fairly high. But yeah, I'm really hoping the third one's going to be good.
Yeah, so I think it's a 7.5 because there again you have these
Unanswered questions.
unanswered questions, and again, like using the original Star Wars trilogy, be like by the time we were children,
Yeah.
like the movie was or the trilogy was already done. We knew what happened, so it makes the the second act like even better because it's like, oh my gosh, we have this amazing
Right.
third act to come to, and we have this unknown factor.
Unlike the people who were watching it as it was coming out, we didn't have to wait for
Yes.
Empire Strikes for Return of the Jedi to come out after
Yes.
Empire. As soon as we finish Empire Strikes Back, we can plug Return of the Jedi in immediately.
Yes.
In this case, we still have 2 more years to wait to find out what's going to happen. And I'm going to be honest, I probably will have to rewatch both Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse before I see Beyond the Spider-Verse, because there's a lot here that I'm going to forget between now and then.
Okay.
I know that because there was a lot I forgot between my last viewing and this one. So next week, we're going to another multiverse-esque franchise, just without going into the multiverse a whole lot.
Isn't this a rewind?
The next one?
Yeah.
Hang on. I must double check what the next one is, because now you have me doubting. Because in my mind, the next one was
Batman and the Return of the Cape Crusader.
is that next week?
Yeah, that's what it's down.
I'm bringing it up because I want to make sure.
You're fine.
Yes, you're right. Sorry. Next week. Sorry. I was thinking next week was Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Oh, okay.
I think it's because you sent me that sketch yesterday. So yeah, this week, this Friday, we are going back to Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders. It is a rewind episode to one of my favorite direct-to-video Batman things, and the send up to the original Batman 66. So join us next week for that. In the meantime, we're going to hit some bumpers, and then we're going to talk about some Batman.
This podcast is a proud member of Culture Box. Whether you enjoy geeky reviews, comedy, or original fiction, you can open up the Culture Box and find something excellent for your soul. Point your web browser to culturebox.media.
I'm getting there.
You're good.
This week, we suggest checking out the Retro Rewind podcast. Every other week, you can join the Retro Rewind pod as they travel back 15 or more years along the entertainment space-time continuum in their mission to review movies and games, establishing what is still worth your time today. You can expect fun banter and trivial insights from Francisco, PaulJPowers.com, and a rotating group of guest hosts who are all at a time. The Cellcast would also like to thank the following patrons: Ashley and Francisco Ruiz. Thanks, Roy. PaulJPowers.com, The Monster Island Film Vault, and Edwin Gonzalez, and Artsy Steph. If you would like to have your name shouted out on the show, from special art from Jacob and uncut episodes, you can donate to us at the $5 level, or for an additional $5 for $10, you can, in 2026, force us to watch a movie within reason. And you can even be on the show if you want. So please go and do that on our Patreon. The Cellcast, we also would like you to go jump in and look at our merch, where you can see t-shirts, stickers, all sorts of stuff. Most of the art done by Jacob. So go and get you some Cellcast merch, and please join us on Tuesday night. Join me on Tuesday nights, where I am playing through some video games and having a good time and hanging out. And whenever Jacob gets back to streaming his art, go check him out as well.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. Batman. There is a song that the folks sing.
Zatanna.
Yes.
Production episode 54, broadcast episode number 50. Directed by Dick Seabass and Dan Reba, and written by Paul Dini. In this episode, when the glamorous it's late.
Yes.
When the glamorous magician Zatanna is framed for robbery during her act, Batman swings to her defense. Zatanna is grateful, though a little puzzled by the Dark Knight's commitment to prove her innocence. But the two heroes unite and use the skills of her father, Zatara, taught them to expose and combat an evil illusionist. New cast for this episode, we got Julie Brown as Zatanna, Zale Kessler as Irving Faustwater, Vincent Chiavelli as Zatara, Michael York as Montague Kane, and Bruce Timm voicing Red.
Which one was red?
I don't know. One of the goons, I believe. Vincent Schiavelli, who played Zatara, is one of the only 5 actors from the show who appears in one of the 4 Burton Schumacher live-action Batman movies. In his case, he played in Batman Returns. He played the organ grinder.
Oh, okay.
Originally, Gentleman Ghost was meant to be the antagonist in this episode, but producer Alan Burnett shot the idea down due to being too supernatural, and as a result was replaced by a somewhat forgettable Montague Kane. This would make him a rogues gallery transplant due to him normally facing Hawkman. Long before Batman, the Brave and the Bold did so, he eventually appeared in Justice League Unlimited in a small cameo fighting Hawkgirl. This episode and Night of the Ninja are the only 2 episodes that show a young Bruce Wayne training. Alfred asks whether Bruce saw Zatanna 10 or 12 years ago, which Bruce seemingly confirms to be the latter or even longer, giving something of a time frame for certain events in Bruce's life. Montague Kane refers to Batman as detective. This may or may not be a reference to Ra's al Ghul, who always calls Batman detective, who is voiced by David Warner, who is good friends with and uses an accent and manner very similar to Michael York, the voice actor for Montague Kane. When Zatanna attempts to guess Bruce's future, she guesses Bruce has 2 hearts card, but he ends up having a Joker card, even though Bruce says he doesn't know the future. A Joker would ultimately have a major impact on Bruce's life. So what are your thoughts on this episode?
This was a good episode. Be like, I enjoy when they do flashbacks to Bruce's younger life. And be like, I remember this episode again. I watched it again a couple of years ago. It's a great episode. Be like, Zatanna is great because you get another I want to say foil, but that's not the right word. It is more of a partner, another partner in his crime. And obviously the two have a connection, and you discover more as the story progresses. You see more of that connection. That be like, did they have a romantic interest in each other? At least Zatanna did, at least at some point. I think Bruce at the time was more driven by his mission, and I enjoy it because it gives subtle hints to Zatanna, like who he actually is, even though she doesn't really know him as Bruce Wayne. She knows it was John Smith.
Yes,
and I do enjoy this. Okay, it's another villain. And the villain is literally forgettable for the simple fact that like this interesting dynamic of Zatanna and Batman. And I love the where they kind of understand like who each other are, but it's not really because she knows this is John, but I think at the end she kind of realizes it's actually Bruce Wayne. Maybe, possibly. But yeah, I really enjoyed the episode. It's a really good episode, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
I forgot because I didn't put this in the trivia, but this is actually the first time in the DCAU canon in which a hero from outside the Bat family is actually in the show. Because Zatanna is a superhero in her own right.
Yeah.
She just doesn't get a lot of comic books. But yeah, I do also remember this episode. This was actually my first introduction to the character of Zatanna way back in the day.
Right.
I used your definition of it this time. I like the episode. I think her power set is one that has inspired me before because I kind of like the idea of stage magic being an actual superpower.
Right.
Like actually you're doing stage magic.
Yeah.
But it's not actually an illusion. You're actually doing the magic. So I mean, I it's an idea I've had that I've never done anything with, but this is a good episode. It's a bit straightforward. It's a lot like Night of the Ninja, except instead of uh samurai martial arts, it's
Stage magic.
escape, or well,
Escapism.
escapism, not escapism, but
Yeah.
escapist,
Right.
escape tricks, because very Harry
Yeah.
Houdini.
Yeah.
um so yeah, and that makes sense that he would study that as a as what he something he would need as a crime fighter. And I think he even says that he's heading to Japan that night when he
Mhm.
says he's leaving. So that kind of tells you he's going over to study over there for a while.
Yeah.
And it makes sense he would be under a fake name, though. You have to admit Zatanna probably has seen the news a couple times, and it's probably seen John Smith claiming to be a John Smith character looking like Bruce Wayne. So yeah, I agree with you that she probably does know who he is.
Possible.
But yeah, uh, it's a fun episode.
Yes, very. On to the
Onto
mechanic.
The Mechanic, which is production episode 55, broadcast episode 48, directed by Kevin Altieri and written by Steve Perry, Lauren Bright, and Randy Rogel. In this episode, thanks to a freak accident during a high-speed chase, the Batmobile is virtually demolished. After Batman takes the car to his personal mechanic, Earl Cooper, the Penguin makes his move and tampers with the Batmobile, putting it under his control. Cast for this one, we've got John Delancey as Eagleton. Yes, that is the John Delancey from Star Trek.
Ah.
Played Q. I had to double check that because
Ah.
honestly, I didn't, when I saw the name, I didn't make the connection.
Fair.
Or I made the connection then because I had to go back and figure out, okay, who is Eagleton? So I know who we're talking about. And after I figured out who it was, I was like, oh, I can hear his voice. It's just he's higher pitched. Anyway, Steve Franken as Arnold Rundle, Barry Gordon as Sheldrake, Candy Brown as Marva Cooper, Paul Okowicz as Falcone, and Paul Winfield as Earl Cooper.
Hmm.
Paul Winfield was the captain of the Reliant before Khan took it over in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
Okay. Gotcha.
I knew you would know who that was.
Yes, I knew who that is.
Getting into the trivia for this, Penguin takes remote control of the Batmobile like the character did in Batman Returns from 1992. In Batman Arkham Knight 2015, across the street from the Bank of Gotham in Chinatown, there is an auto shop called Earl Cooper Auto Repair. Referring back to this episode.
Mhm.
Batman's chest insignia when he first meets Earl lacks the yellow background, matching the costume for the Golden Age Batman and the original costume for the Silver Age Batman. For Earl, Batman conceals his true identity by maintaining that his personal resources come from a group of unseen backers rather than from Wayne Enterprises. Earl and his daughter presumably don't know who Batman and Robin really are. The truck from which the Penguin's men shoot the tires during the second chase with Batman is the same model of the truck that Batman used to destroy the Plague in The Cat and the Claw Part 2, right down to the flammable logo on the back. True to form, the Penguin's henchmen all have avian names hidden in their last names, with Eagleton, an eagle, Sheldrake as a drake, and Falcone, a falcon. In terms of production order, this was the final episode in the series overall to be animated by ACOM Production Company. So we don't have to deal with them anymore.
Gotcha.
The license plate that the Penguin breaks at the end of the episode reads "One Bat for You," with the Gotham State motto as the Dark Deco State. A play on words referencing the dark Art Deco style used throughout the show. Lastly, the design of the Batmobile shown in Earl's flashback pays homage to the Golden Age comic book version, with the most notable feature being the bat face on the front.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this episode?
I again, when you do flashbacks and you get more of a grounding of who characters are, it'd be like, obviously Batman would be like, he's got Alfred. Alfred can do anything except apparently build cars.
Fair.
Because the man can literally do everything except mechanic work. But if you go by certain comics, be like, Bruce can do mechanics on cars.
And I think there's an episode or two where we actually do see Alfred working on this Batmobile.
Yes,
so
he does. But
that maybe just be the things you wouldn't take it to a shop for.
Possibly. I do enjoy that, Bruce Batman does have his own personal mechanic for his, very large, discreet car.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like in the flashbacks you see earlier versions of the Batsuit, earlier versions of the Batmobile. which kind of harkens back to, I think it was like the first or second Batmobile that was ever seen in the comics
Mm-hmm.
because it was black instead of red. Um, and you do get more of a not even an homage, almost complete, um, almost frame per frame recreation of from Batman Returns
Mm-hmm.
with Penguin taking over the Batmobile and Batman along with Robin going on for a ride.
Yeah.
Which I was halfway expecting. Okay, when are we gonna get the Bat Tube
The Bat Tube.
or whatever they called that version of it, where it literally just takes the wheels and the hubs, everything off, and becomes the tube.
I'm not making this connection. I'm sorry.
Okay, in Batman Returns, when
Okay, it's been a long time since I've seen Batman
Yes,
Returns. I'm
yes,
sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So-
why I'm not sure what you're talking about because it's
Yeah.
been too long since I've seen the movie.
It's fine. Yeah, I really enjoy it. It's again, we get a Penguin episode. I really
Mhm.
enjoy that. And yeah, it's a solid film. It's an episode. It's a solid episode, and I really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed this one. This is another one I actually remembered from back in the day. But I I do like getting another Penguin episode because Penguin actually has not had a lot this show.
No, not this season.
Maybe he gets some more in the coming couple seasons, but
yes.
and I get that they were trying while they were aping his design off Danny DeVito in Batman Returns, they were doing something different. This is like his only third time as
Main
the
focus
main
film.
villain. So I mean, he's had a couple of side co-villain jobs episodes, but this is the last one where he was the third one where he was the main villain, and the first one was that stupid episode where he gets outsmarted by a child.
Yeah. Batman in my basement.
Yeah, but this is a fun little episode.
Yeah.
I love seeing the idea that this is how Batman gets his car, because that's always that weird question. We still don't know where many superheroes get their costumes from.
Yeah.
But it is nice to see if this is where Batman gets his car and it's not a tank,
Yeah.
even if it is got titanium pistons.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I enjoyed this episode. Next week we are looking at Harley and Ivy. I know is one of them, and this is another time where we've got to skip around like some multi-part episodes. So we got to jump around a little bit.
Let's see.
'Cause I vamp.
Shadow of the Bat Part 1.
No.
And
Oh yeah, sorry, I was skipping ahead. We have Shadow of the Bat Part 1 and 2
yes.
next week. So we are actually still dancing around some because Harley and Ivy is technically the next one
Yeah.
production wise.
Yeah.
But according to where I'm watching it on Amazon, Harley and Ivy is the end of season 2. But the seasons are really weird
I've heard.
on how they're reported across the internet. But
Yes.
join us next week for Shadow of the Bat Part 1 and 2. In the meantime, this has been Drew,
This is Jiggum.
and we'll catch you in the next frame.
To follow Jacob and Drew's individual internet exploits, check out the Linktree links in the show notes. You can email us at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter or X at @cast_cell. Follow our Facebook page, The Cellcast Podcast, and join our Facebook group, The Cell Nation, our YouTube channel, Cellcast, and our Rumble channel, The Cellcast Gaming. You can join us every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central for our live recordings of our episodes on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. You can also join Drew on those same streaming channels on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central for gaming streams. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else fine podcasts can be downloaded from. Please rate and review us where you found us. Our theme song is Drop and Roll by Silent Partner. Our bad movie theme is It's Party Time by Gregory Snegoff, with additional audio from the film Titanic: The Legend Goes On. And remember, that's Cell with a single L.
this is the second time in a row I have forgot to mention that a fight took place on a train.
I like trains.
This was a bullet train and was
Mm.
going to the moon, but still.
Fair.
That's all I got.
All right.
Thank y'all for joining us. I am not rating anybody. I'm too tired.
Yeah. Same
So
here.
we will see y'all next Friday. This Friday.